All right, we're back at this in this hellhole again.
Yeah.
So let's see if we remember what happened last time. I think there was a lot of bullshit, but that doesn't really rule anything else.
A jerk took a train.
Wait,
I
what?
almost got thrown out.
A jerk
of
took a
the
train. A
Oh,
good
yeah,
that was
friend
red.
nearly got thrown off a train
Who?
after trying to steal.
It was
They
that.
arrived several days early, whereas the two cool people
Yeah.
took a rickshaw to the place.
Oh yeah, and almost got robbed.
No, they wasn't even close.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't in any danger at all. We were
Yeah.
totally danger-free. It was no problem. We cooked up a storm with bugs. Blair agreed to be an unwilling student.
And Blair didn't agree. She said she doesn't want to have any
Yeah,
affiliation.
what did I say? You wanted to be. You're an unwilling student. You could have been a willing student or an unwilling, and you went with unwillings.
I don't know if this is how this works.
I mean, that's how it's gone.
So
But we had this argument
we
last.
fade in. We fade in on a shot of the big stone golem man who was pulling the rickshaw of Blair and Indigo, sleeping on a pile of crates or something.
He's sleeping.
Mm-hmm. And he's got the rickshaw next to him, and we're in this market square between tall buildings on either side. And so we find Indigo and Blair having this ridiculous argument again, while in the line for a stall selling various food items.
Mm-hmm.
As you've taken a break on your journey through Throne. So, tell me about this. Indigo, of course, you would know which market to stop at, even if you've never been there, because you know food.
Yeah, I know where the school gets their stuff from.
Yeah, exactly. So
Import from all over Throne.
Yeah. So what's about this market? What's the deal with this?
They have really good fruit.
Really good fruit. Okay.
Really good fruit.
And how come? How do they get access to good fruit in the middle of Ashtown?
Oh, there's a really corrupt guild.
Okay.
There's a really corrupt guild
Mm-hmm.
run by a guy who's a weird fly man, and so he can only eat good soft fruit.
Oh, okay.
So he's organized the trade of good soft fruit.
Yeah. Okay. And what's the name of this flyman, or what's either the flyman or the guild, really? What kind of guild is it? Also works.
We've got the Thieves Cult. We've got
Yeah.
the Batman Guild.
I can actually tell you which guild. I think he is a member of the House of Copper Coral.
House of Copper, what?
Coral, as in underwater trees.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And I think that he is not only a flyman, but also a flyman.
Damn.
In the sense that he runs a small fleet of airships, tiny little skimmer skiffs, which is how he gets fresh produce brought into the place. Okay, and so what how do you know this flyman?
When the guy came and told me that the school's having difficulty with the deliveries because of the Potters Guild nonsense,
Yeah.
He's like, that guy's got the airships and he can do deliveries anywhere, real fast. You should go check that guy. I'm gonna check that guy.
Okay, so that's like the recent news you've heard about him, and
Yeah,
so you haven't met him, but you've heard of him.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. Right. So yeah, you're all hanging out in this market square, having an argument.
Having an argument, having a reasonable discussion between student
Yeah.
and master.
Yeah, exactly. And Blair, what is it about this market that rubs you the wrong way? You
It's seedy. Everything's seedy. It's
Yeah,
just
it's fruit.
kind of. It's the kind of place you go to and like, you don't want to touch anything because
okay.
you know some kind of substance is covering it that you don't want to get involved in. And there's all these shady people hanging about.
Look, are you saying that you're racist towards fly people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I
God
mean,
damn it.
just because
Another
you're in a
character.
market for fly people, I guess. Okay.
No, it's just shady because I mean it's just shady. These like there's lots of people around wearing like these big long trench coats.
And how does a shitty place like this get good fruit?
Yeah.
I mean,
gotta
it's
be up
in
to no
Ashtown,
good.
so I mean, it goes without saying that it's shady, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I mean-
shady and covered in ash. It's gross.
Yeah, I mean, I think you haven't actually, you haven't yet passed over to the sunlit side of Throne, so technically it's all shady, in that it's not lit by the sun.
Yeah, it's also shady. And how are these people getting really good fruit when they're in this kind of loser place?
Yeah.
And that's easy because of the airships.
Yeah, and your guide has taken a break, right? Like he needed a rest. You're in a line to get some fruit, and once you've done that, how are you going to spend the time here?
I'm gonna try and like get myself some cash by I mean I'll find like I'll just put like I'll take I don't know, like a cloak from around my, or like a sash from around my waist, and like bundle it up on the ground and just start juggling swords.
I've got a way better idea.
Yeah. My question actually, Indigo. What useful lesson can Blair learn here?
The lesson here is nice work, not instantly going to killing everybody. Good lesson. Nice one. Juggling's good, but what if instead of begging for scraps, you yelled, someone rich and good at sword, come challenge me, let's have a duel, and give me all your money if you lose?
We already established that there is one, actually, looking for a fight.
Indeed, we did.
Is he in this area?
Well, who was it that heard that rumor?
Blair.
It was Blair. Yeah, I think you're in that part of Throne.
Blair's vision goes red and she chases in the direction where like or like she shouts loud as possible as she's walking around, like, anyone who's good at swords or shit, come fight me, and if I win I take all your money, and if you win then you get my I don't know, something cool.
Yeah, I think so. When you do that, hush comes over the entire marketplace, and all of the fly people, they pull their robes tighter and they start shuffling out of the square. The merchant in front of you, Indigo, starts packing up their wares.
I'm like, can I take a couple of these?
He like when you reach like point, like leans over and like starts dragging the stuff into a bag.
I'm like, okay, I'll just take a couple. That's for you to carry.
And it starts bussing at you angrily.
I steal some of his fruit.
Yeah. Waves insectile fist in your direction.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's not fine.
It's fine, and whoever she fights will pay for it, one way or another.
It's not fine.
It's fine.
Ugh.
Okay,
That's off.
I'm like, okay, if you come back later, I'll make something nice out of it for you. How about that?
He tries to like grab for the fruit, but he like his 4 of his other arms are like trying to put
Yeah.
like fruit into 2 different bags also at the same time, so it mostly causes a mess. So there's a few more fruit you could steal if you want to.
Yeah, I'm grabbing a bunch.
Yeah, they're good fruit.
Yeah, it's good fruit. Blair, it's good fruit. You should eat one of these.
So yeah, you see.
Well, just yelling.
Yeah, you see Blair off in a different part of the square yelling. There's like this wide circle around her where people are clearing out faster.
I'll go over to her. Not the smooth approach, but
I mean, there's some guy out here whose ass I have to kick. I'm gonna take his money.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Probably his life, but
I
Let's
mean,
see if I'm feeling generous.
if he's still alive, that means you can beat him again and take his money again.
but then I can just like get a rival out of the way.
You think this man will be a rival to you?
Probably not, but he'll probably try to get revenge on me, and that's.
And then you'll beat him again and take his lunch money again.
I mean, it's probably not his lunch money. I just want all his money.
So
Yeah, but he's not going to carry all of his money, is he?
in a building on the like other end of the square. And right outside the door, there's like one of the larger stalls set up, like in a semi-permanent fashion. And you see a figure like lean out of the door and say something to the proprietor of the stall, who waves, 3 sets of arms in a incredibly conciliatory like gesture, and nods, bows, and the figure in the door like does a polite bow and steps outside. And you see a very plain-looking human woman, very tall and kind of gaunt, olive skin, dark hair, wearing like loose robe, sword sheathed in like a rope belt.
Is this the one, Blair?
Is it?
Well, I mean, as far as you know, the rumor was that a swordsman was challenging people.
Are you the swordsman?
Starts walking lazily over towards you.
I give Blair a peach or something and go, eat this, because you might not have any teeth after this.
I eat it. And I keep the peaches have cores in them, right?
Yeah, got a big stone.
Yeah, I keep the stone in my mouth. Like I've got it kind of in my cheek.
When like when the woman has crossed maybe half the distance between where she started out at the end of the square and you, she stops and kind of sways back and forth a bit. You can see she's got bags under her eyes and like kind of a vague smile with a bit of a glazed over, like her eyes are a bit glazed over, and she's like, "May I approach?"
I mean, sure, since we're probably gonna fight. Are you the person who's been challenging people?
Bows. Thank you very much. Starts walking forward again. People are clearing out really quickly at this point.
Blair's getting excited that she pulls out 2 of her blades.
Noise starts to return to the square from the sound of like people dragging stalls, right? The ones that aren't on wheels.
So, how much money is going to be on the line for this bout?
I mean, as much as she's got.
I mean, she's wearing like threadbare robes and a belt made out of a rope.
Yeah, but so am I, and I'm rich, so
Fair point. So, when she gets closer, you see the sword in her belt. It's, maybe meter and 20 centimeters long. Basically a metal, like, rectangle. Wide maybe as, like, half a hand's width. Of just, like, rusted metal.
Is that your sword?
The handle is just like it looks like a bit of leather's been just wrapped in several layers around the tang.
I'll be honest, Blair. She looks pretty good.
Is that your like weapon of choice? Because like honestly, I have better ones in here if you need to like.
She looks down, like at her feet. Says, "For the moment."
I bow and go. I apologize for her uncouth rudeness.
I mean,
She doesn't mean anything by it. She's just not very bright.
her sword. Hey, fuck you, Skullboy. Right. So I guess we need to make like terms of the duel. I don't know. Like if I win, I don't know what you got to offer.
Shall we say
Money.
no? Like is 2 wealth reasonable? What can you buy with 2 wealth? Because I'm pretty sure neither of you got 2 wealth, so we'll have to do something worth 2 wealth.
Well,
Wealth is just items in this world.
Yeah. What is like 2 wealth? Like approximately.
2 wealth is
2 wealth is a week's worth of service for someone useful.
Yeah, like
A good pair of boots.
like a barrel of oil. A
Oh,
ride on a
yeah.
caravan,
We could get your armor repaired for that.
Yeah.
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 Shall we say goods and or services worth 2 wealth to the winner?
Oh, I mean that's
She
fine.
she like kind of head lolls over a bit to the side. May we fight?
I mean, if you agree to the terms of the deal, then yeah.
You're gonna uphold the honor of a duel?
She wants her 2 money.
She just wants money.
First real like change in facial expression you see where her eyebrows kind of knit. She looks a bit confused.
Oh god.
Terms. Goods. I suppose that's. Yes.
Okay, right. I guess. And Blair readies her stance. Let's fight.
And I'm gonna give Blair a quick advisement.
The moment Blair says let's fight, she's traversed most of the distance between you and the sword's traveling towards your neck.
Oh, I'll like dodge out of the way, like do a sort of backflip out of the way.
Alright. Yes.
It's a buck flip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, that sounds like you are using agility.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How much agility do you get?
When you attempt to perform impossible acrobatic feats in.
Yep, I've got a 1. What +1 to my reflex?
Yeah, so roll plus reflex.
Oh, that's a 7. Ouch.
7, so you can pick one. You have hold 1 to spend.
Right.
And so you run, fly, or jump up or along a normally surface. You may move over and pass through enemies and hazards unhindered, or move to any range band between intimate and far in one movement.
Flip over a sword or some shit.
So
Yeah,
flipping, like flipping back, I suppose, is like moving out of sword range, right?
Yeah.
Or you can just jump, move over and pass through enemies and hazards unhindered.
Yeah,
Is a sword a
that's-
hazard?
Like an enemy is a hazard.
Yeah, like I like so I go into this sort of like backflip and using the momentum from that, I swing forward, pressing like sort of vaulting myself over her blades and jumping behind her
Mm-hmm.
and spinning round with my swords.
Yep.
Thing like that.
So yeah, you jump over, you spin around, and you try to stab her.
Yeah, like I try to like sweep my blades.
I'm gonna yell at Blair. I'm gonna yell at Blair.
Oh.
I'm gonna yell at Blair.
Yeah.
Killing technique 442. The butcher's knife cares not for the cry of the lamb.
Okay.
So, roll reach heaven through violence.
Yeah. So
And take a
it's-
+1 if you
Yep.
do the thing I said.
I did the thing you said.
What does that even mean?
Yeah,
That's
actually, Blair, what does it mean?
It means that you just have to kill it really well.
Fair
You
point.
don't have to be merciless to your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 8.
8, alright.
Could have done better.
So, on a 7 to 9, you exchange blows with your enemy. You deal damage, but also take damage as established, and you may suffer additional harm or disaster. Alright. So, you bring your swords down, and the woman, like, brings her sword back, and, like, blocks one of your blades, like, behind her back, as her head turns 180 degrees to look at you. And as your blade impacts hers, just chunks of the just rust covering it fly off and like strike you right in the chest. So you deal your damage, which is what?
2.
2.
Yes, 2 plus. Let me check for sure. There's a plus somewhere. Oh no, it's on there if it's a 10 plus. Yeah, it's 2.
All right. And you take 2.
Okay.
So, having twisted around and blocked you, the woman, like the rest of her body follows, and the speed of the turn continues, pushing against your sword with hers, pushing her away. So like she flies back a good 10 meters or so, landing without any sort of grace whatsoever in a heap on the ground, next to one of the fly man merchants desperately like dragging his stall. From the heap on the ground, a hand lashes out, grabs the foot of the flyman, and drags him down on the ground. And there's a wet, squelching sound. And you see the like rusty, like sword, fly for a short moment. Pun not intended.
I look to Indigo and I say, is this normal? I kind of get like the distinct.
Yeah, do I recognize this?
This isn't normal.
Do you?
Yeah, I guess I'll think upon it and draw upon my knowledge of weird stuff
Yeah.
and ponder it. Except that should be a +2, not a plus. Yes, that's actually an 8,
That's
I
an
guess.
8. Alright,
An 8
alright.
on thinking about the thing.
Okay, and which move is this?
I guess that'd be just query the cosmos knowledge.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me.
Dangerous or interesting, but not directly useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And so you consult your own knowledge. Well. Let's see. Dangerous or interesting, but not directly useful. Well, you recall hearing like a pretty old. Well, I mean, it's new for you, but almost every story is new for you, right? But relative to Blair, at least, a pretty old story about wandering. I mean, warrior / murderer that only fought and traveled by invitation. And you always knew where they'd been because the victims would be pale, or their species equivalent, drained of whatever blood and such they carry, and laid out very nicely. Like in a funeral, like a proper funeral arrangement.
Yeah. I'll go, Blair, from what I remember, this being, if it's who I believe it is, if you die, you'll look nice.
Well, I mean, I kind of always hoped that I'd die looking kind of fly.
Live fast, die young, leave a good-looking corpse.
It's
I mean, yeah.
it's difficult for you to tell, of course, Indigo. Because they all look alike anyway. But for a human, like, this lady is probably too young for that story to be, like, applicable to her.
Yeah, no, I know what that means then. Obviously, the student of this master thing.
So, like a puppet being dragged up by its strings, basically. The woman rises to her feet. Next to her, moving similarly, the flyman does also.
Hey, look.
Oh.
Hey, look, this is cheating. It was only supposed to be us.
Ah, I thought she was a practitioner of the whirling dervish style, but it seems she's the marionette style. Interesting. Yes.
Flyman throws himself at you, Blair. 6 arms with pretty sharp claws at the end of them, kind of lashing out.
Okay, so like as he comes lashing towards me, like I sort of like I just flip one of my blades, stabbing up into his head, and the other one stabbing into, or like just one of the blades stabbing sort of into his neck.
I mean, that sounds like reaching heaven through violence to me.
And my thing, it says it's +1 when acting on my advice. Is that only once, or is that just forever? And like, if I just give her more advice on sword, then she can get another +1, or is it infinite +1s to that thing?
What's the wording on the move?
A number of times equal to 1 plus your mind between rests. When you give that character advice on a course of action, they can take +1 when acting on your advice.
On a course of action. Like I think if we're doing the thing where you're like shouting out a made up martial arts technique, I think that's for one thing, because we can't quantify if that's like a course of action or not.
Yeah, like that's what makes sense to me. If I was like, here's how you climb up a mountain, good.
Yeah.
And she had to do a couple of mountain climbings.
Yeah.
Then maybe that one would apply more.
I would have entailed the course of actions to be like, according to X technique, you should do this, and then it's when you do that, like as you say you do that.
That
then
also
you get the
works.
plus.
Yeah, like that also works. Like if you have a specific thing that she's supposed to do, every time she describes doing that, also makes sense. Hmm. But I mean, definitely has to be more specific than stab man with pointy end.
Yeah, well, she took it as show no mercy.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that's what you explained. I'm just saying.
Time to loophole. Now I gotta think of another +1 where you murder this fly man.
Yeah.
If I would have been Blair there, I would have said like, "What does that mean?"
So Blair, reach heaven through violence, I suppose. God.
Let's go.
I've returned.
He's returned in time to reach heaven through violence.
Did I get a +1 from?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, that's a
Good job,
10,
Matt.
and on a
Yes.
10,
It's
like,
+1 damage.
You can
yeah,
activate
10
your
plus, I get a
flourish.
+1 damage.
It's +1
In
damage.
addition to any other effects.
And it's forceful,
Yep.
so she might become reeling.
Okay, so you stab the flyman in face and torso, I believe you described. Just
No,
you-
just with my right hand sword, and I'm leaving my left hand open if she tries to like run round.
Yeah. Okay, now no, you spit him like a fly on a spit.
Ooh.
Slumps. Not down because you're holding him up on the sword that you just spitted him on, but slumps. You hear a like wail go up from the other end of the square.
Oh.
And you see like another fly man, woman. Do they even have genders? Who knows?
Who knows?
Fly creatures.
Yeah, another fly person, like holding forearms across their mouth.
Are the other two arms holding a baby fly?
No, it's holding like two like small child flies back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and one of the children has a note saying, "This was the life insurance policy he was gonna sign, but he left too soon.
No. They
He was
don't.
1 day from retirement. Daddy
Where's
died."
he died before paying his alimony.
Nice work, Blair. Not very pretty, but
I mean, what else was I gonna do?
I said, well, there are approximately 130 techniques you could have used instead of that one, but it worked out.
There.
The only important technique is the one that kills them.
It seems your opponent.
Absolutely not.
It seems that your opponent has thrown an entire food stall at your head.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
Blair! Hey, Blair! Dodge!
No shit, Sherlock. So she's gonna dodge.
That's another +1.
Fucking.
Spend that +1.
A 9.
Okay. So when you attempt to perform impossible acrobatic feats. So what was the impossible acrobatic feat you tried to perform?
As the cart like comes towards me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like jump and I'm gonna like run on it and over it
Mm-hmm.
as it comes flying past,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sounds
and
good.
then do a backflip off it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope no people from the moth school see that.
you can spend hold one, which you had, to do exactly that. That makes sense. The stall crashes to the ground behind you, turning into a just pile of like wood splinters and fruit flying everywhere. The woman you're fighting, still holding her sword in one hand, grabs one of the fruit out of the air with the other and takes a bite.
Excellent use of the flash tip technique pioneered by Falls from Heaven. Excellent work.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like run towards her, and like as like I assume like she puts her guard up to prepare for my strike.
Mm-hmm.
I take the pit that was in my mouth and I spit it directly in her eye,
Nice.
and I whirl in for my blades.
All right.
No one gonna fuck with me.
Makes sense. 11 through violence.
Is Inigo gonna give me some wonderful advice on how to stab someone?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You know what? Actually, first roll plus mind for acuity.
I'm gonna be a. Alright.
No, for Blair, for Blair.
Oh, for there.
Plus mind?
Yeah.
That's a cruel thing to make me roll.
Well, you're trying to do clever tricks. Use mental quickness to outwit your enemy.
4.
Well,
Look for smart.
No, that's why you need me to do that.
Let's see here. So, the thing that happens, right, is you spit the seed into the woman's face, but instead of sending, like knocking her off her guard, distracting her, it like knocks her off her feet, falling backwards, and your strike just goes completely wild as she like lands like a crab, like on her back, one hand on the ground, and then almost like being dragged by her sword, like gets up sideways and like twists around and grabs you from behind, like sword across your chest, one hand holding it at either end. You can see blood dripping off her hand where she's just like grabbing the blade. And blade of the sword up against your neck.
Okay.
So you're what's the tag? Reeling? Yes.
Oh. % reeling?
Yes.
I'm just trying to spit in someone's face?
From rolling a
Yeah.
4, yes.
You try to think too good.
And you were outwitted. Master Indigo, your student has a sword up against her neck. Looks like she's about to be decapitated. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I need to sort that out. Well, I don't know how to sort that
I've got
out.
something I can do. Master Indigo, I've got something I can do.
What is
You're
it
not
you can
gonna like
do?
it, you're not gonna like it.
Oh, you're gonna use your power move?
What do you have, my power move?
Yeah, like I'm like
I'm
Indigo.
sorry, but you're reeling, so you don't get to act right now.
Yeah, you don't get to
damn.
act currently. Like, yes, like I could jump in, but that would spoil the duel. Could let her get head chopped off, but that'd spoil the duel.
Save me.
I mean, like, I could try and help you get rid of the reeling thing, but I'm bad at doing that.
You can always try.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. I'm trying to think because I know what move I want to do. I'm just trying to think of how I'm gonna make that happen.
You know what? Hold that.
I'm gonna. Oh.
Actually, if you got it, go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna like he sits there and he's calculating some things and he's like, yeah, okay, and she's like what, like 5'8"? Yeah, okay, you know. And then I'm gonna run and slide across the floor. And like place myself in the way of the sword.
Yeah.
like knocking Blair like out of the way.
Oh, okay.
The old body switcheroo.
Uh-huh. Do you have a move in mind for that?
The aid move.
Alright.
I'm
Go
gonna
on.
stand in aid of the defense of a Joker.
That makes sense. Roll plus breath.
Oh, not plus 12.
Mm-hmm. So you have...
Yeah, I have hold 1.
Mm-hmm. And what you're gonna spend that on?
I'm going to spend that on taking an instant of damage instead of that character, object, or location.
Alright. Suffer 2 damage.
Mm,
And Blair,
2 damage.
you're knocked out of the way. Knocked to the floor. Regaining your composure. And you see Indigo get, like... Well, I mean... She jerks her, like, arms back, trying to just slice his neck off, but problem is... There's no neck there to slice, so she like clangs into the halo behind it, and like pulls up, banging the flat of the blade up into like the base of Indigo's skull.
This dog. Oh!
Yeah, and he's like knocked forward down onto the ground. What do you do, Blair?
Leave the
Well-
quick thinking to me, Blair.
Blair is gonna so she's gonna dash forward,
Mhm.
pressing her foot on Indigo's chest, sort of pushing up from him, and sort of vaulting herself off him, and digging her 2 blades into like the back of this woman.
All right. Reach heaven through violence.
Reach heaven through the violence. Yes!
Look at that.
So that's a +1 damage, and she the forceful tag.
Okay, so you do a 3.
Yep.
And forceful is like there's a chance of knocking her back, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 4, 5, 6. Reeling 1, 2, 3, not.
Yeah.
Roll.
Winded. Indigo say, excellent use of Ozma stance on the shoulders of giants, but
Oh, I was gonna roll.
try shoulders next time.
Yeah, I think it says the GM rolls actually.
Oh,
Or, is it?
I
Or does it say that
no.
you roll?
I'm pretty sure it just says is rolled.
There's one where it says the GM decides, and one where it says, yeah, no, player. Yeah, player rolls a
Ah,
d6
okay,
on
so
forceful.
your dice then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you knock her forward, flying past Indigo, crashing into one of the stalls left behind. Yeah.
You okay there, Indigo?
Yeah, just shoulders. It's standing on the shoulders of giants, not plexus. Oh.
What? You're still weird.
I win!
Yes.
I would like to use my brain to study this weird lady now.
Well, nothing emerges out of the crashed food cart.
Well, it's very suspicious.
I hesitantly walk over.
Right?
She there?
How would you find out?
Throw 50 swords at this food cart.
I just sort of walk over, my blade, like my blade's ready.
Mm-hmm.
So like as soon as like I see her body, I just fucking go ham. Or like if she tries to attack me, I go ham. Like I walk over, and I sort of like poke my blade into the rubble.
Like you're poking a bag of garbage.
Yeah. There's a wet sound as you do. Pull out your sword. You've expertly speared a fruit.
It's good
God.
fruit!
She's still there?
The cart explodes in your face. There's wood
Oh,
flying
God.
everywhere. And you think you see a person-shaped thing moving, what do you do?
Time to murder an innocent.
I take a few steps back and like position myself for the defensive to see if she tries to come for me.
It doesn't. The wood settles, clattering to the ground all around you. You see her quite a bit away on the square. Kind of stumbling forward or backwards, away from you rather.
Okay, I sort of move towards her, but this time throwing one of my blades back and taking out the long chain with the hook at the end of it.
Yeah.
And sort of so spinning that as like I get closer and throwing it to hook her leg.
Yeah.
And pull her towards me.
All right. Reach heaven through violence. You have a weapon with appropriate reach.
And it is reflex because this is a chain sword. What's the name?
All right. You deal damage. Your chain lashes out, wraps around her leg, snaps back. She collapses onto the ground, and there's like a loud cracking noise, like of breaking bone.
Oh dear.
Drag her back. She's limp.
And it goes, this lady dead.
I mean, maybe. That would mean we don't get paid, but...
I mean, I need a bit more on that. Is she dead? Is she not?
I guess I'll look at her.
All right. How do you look at her?
With my eyes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's... yes, you don't actually have eyes, so I could quibble, but... no, my point is... do you just, like, stand there and look at her from a distance? In that case, she looks like a person slumped to the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up to see if she's breathing.
He is not. Got an ugly, like, open wound across the forehead, and seems to be dead.
Ah, I think I know what happened here.
Blair walks over.
A brain bug got her.
Yeah, I think she had a little noodle in her brain.
Oh, no. Like, that looks like it happened when her head bashed into the stone cobbles.
Oh.
That's what you want us to say.
Yeah, that's what the GM wants us to believe.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for suspicious things...
yeah.
Why don't you try to pry secrets? Roll plus mind. Inspecting her corpse.
Yeah, I'll try.
What do I need to roll to make it a brain bug?
Yeah, what do I need to roll to make it a brain bug?
Blair doesn't even have to roll. Just spend the hair one.
Shit!
You have 3 hold, so why don't you ask some questions?
Okay, yeah, what here seems false or deceitful?
False or deceitful? Well, you don't see her sword anywhere.
Okay.
So the hand that she held it in, like her like palm is covered in rust splinters.
Okay. I'll then ask, what has just happened here?
Well, you just had a fight.
No, you have to answer truthfully.
Yeah. It's just happened here. I'm trying to think what would be the answer to that.
Sword met sword. Blood out. People die.
Tale of Swords eternally retold.
Okay, so what has just happened here? Dangerous sword fighter lost their weapon.
That seems very unlikely to have happened, not on purpose to me. And so I'll use my last one. What's about to happen?
What's about to happen is that the sword fighter is about to find a new weapon.
Ha
Aha. Aha.
Blair walks
Aha.
over and is like, "So what's going on?"
I'll say, Blair, she has no sword, and sword fighters tend to have swords, so look out.
I look out.
Be wary.
I look around for a living sword or a sword that does not belong
The
to me.
sword is the master.
The sword has been dragging her around a little.
We kind of decapitate her. Maybe she'll come back.
Decapitate the sword.
No, you gotta
do
go.
we stuff garlic down her throat?
No, you gotta go for the full slice. Top of the dome piece, all the way down the middle.
Oh.
That way, you either end up with two enemies or one half of an enemy.
Okay, I slice her down the middle. Oh my
Alright.
god.
There's a lot of blood and guts. It smells quite badly.
Does it smell like it's a thing that's been dead for a long time?
Nope.
Ugh.
Smells
Someone's
like it's a thing
disturbing
that's
the
been dead
peace.
for a short time.
It's just regular old, recently dead dude.
I'll look around for a like that rusty sword.
Mm-hmm.
See if like I can find it.
Does she have a pocket with anything in
Oh
it?
yeah, does she have money?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
you gotta
I'm
loot
looking.
the
You're
body?
looking for sword. I'm checking. No, I'm not looting the body. I'm checking for clues.
Okay, I'm looking for the sword because that seems like a baller sword. I want to kill it.
Yeah, Blair. You see the sword.
I walk.
Don't touch the sword.
I walk over to it.
It's in the hand of one of the fly people.
Don't touch the sword, Blair.
I
It's an
move
evil sword.
I move quickly and I'm gonna chop this like fly person's hand off from the wrist.
Well, they're like at the other end of the square,
Oh.
right? Like the sword seemed to like go flying in the other direction when you dragged her to the ground. But you don't actually need to rush because the fly person is kind of like stumbling towards you.
It's an evil
Okay.
sword, Blair. You can't have it. You got to destroy it.
I know, but like I kind of wanna.
No, because then you'll be evil.
I'm already.
You want to be
evil.
the greatest swordsman, right? You don't want to be the greatest sword.
Yeah, well, well, technically,
No,
being the greatest
no,
swordsman means that I become
this
the
is
greatest
beyond
sword.
your ken. You can't deal with this philosophy
Did
right
you
now.
just use Ken on me?
I did indeed, for I am wise.
You can't ken what I'm about to do to you.
Oh, I know what you're about to do to me, and it's not touch that
Easy
sword.
one. Blair rushes forward and like instead of attacking the little fly man, I go for the blade.
All right, all right.
Remember that all this bickering is in character and happening always.
Oh yeah. Roll reach heaven through violence.
I'm gonna reach heaven through violence.
I'm going to use my final thing for the advice of destroy the sword.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can take a +1 on that.
Thank you.
As long as you're acting to destroy the sword.
Oh,
Oh. All right. So again, you lash out with your swords, and you strike. You're basically having like an Errol Flynn duel here, where you just try to
Yeah.
hit the end
Yeah.
of the sword. And yeah, so you strike the blade, and deal your damage, which is 2, right?
Yep.
So, as you do so, again, when your swords meet, there's a shower of like rust splinters that shatters off of the sword, like hitting your hands and arms, enough that it's painful to grasp your swords.
Oh no, the rust is the real enemy.
And the flyman like looks at you, and as like slides the sword along your blades up and like snaps out, glancing across your left forearm. The flyman says, "Help."
Well, what do you think I'm doing?
And yeah, take 2 damage.
Aha! I'm not going to do that. I'm going to spend my armor, and I do have 1 armor
All right.
because I have armor of will.
Yeah.
If you have less than 1 point of armor left when you take a respite, your
So
armor
what
becomes
does
1.
that look like?
So this like rust and shit tries to like slice across her left forearm, but there is this like bright glow of energy. That sort of like the halo pulses along with it, is like her body, bright energy to pulses from her chest and travels all the way down. And as soon as like the rust like goes for her forearm, this light sort of bursts and pushes it back.
Yeah.
She's gonna be, and Blair's gonna be like, sweet, now it's working.
All right.
Causing Artem to manifest in the flesh. Blair is
Yeah.
truly an advanced pupil.
Yeah. So the flyman stumbles backwards, sword like held out in a like with 1 arm straight, pointing at your face like a compass needle, as like the flyman himself kind of staggers back, and says, "Very, very good."
It's too late to save him, Blair. He's already taken over by the sword. Don't worry about it.
He'll be fine.
He'll be dead.
He'll be dead.
Holds the sword, kind of like twists around, reaches up above him. It's almost like he's holding onto the sword with both hands, almost being lifted up by it, and brings it down with both hands towards you.
I'm going to with 1 blade, or I'm gonna sort of, as it comes down on me, Blair's gonna like tuck and roll under, like in between the fly guy's leg, and as she's sort of rolling, she's gonna like stick 1, she's gonna just roll behind it and turn around and actually, no. As it comes down, she's just gonna jump back.
Just gonna jump back.
Actually, no, because if I'm going for the sword, I'll like meet the sword as it comes down with both blades arcing out.
Yeah.
That's probably the better way.
All right. Let's see here.
I'll continue to give her advice about
Yeah.
the weak points of swords.
isn't really a good move for like just blocking, right? Like that would be overcome, but I don't
Like
think you're really
yeah, like
supposed
if
to-
like it's like if you're fighting, then reach heaven through violence.
Yeah, like the option would be might maybe, counting it as basically like a subduing or grappling. Just
Yeah,
like meeting strength with strength as like as an attempt to stop them might work.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't actually roll, right?
No,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
when
exactly.
he fails.
Yes, exactly. That's why I'm trying to find out what Blair's action is, like what action she's taking.
like if she's trying to um
Hmm.
okay, there's reach heaven through violence option called shot.
Yeah.
Before you roll, you can choose to make this roll broken if you want to perform something significantly more difficult, such as striking at a specific part of the enemy's body, hobbling an enemy, disarming an enemy, blinding them, etc. Your attempt is successful in addition to other effects on a 7+. The effect of your success depends on the GM.
Oh. Yeah, that would work. If you want to do that.
Sure. Fuck it.
All right.
Might as well try. Might as well. Body.
Mm-hmm.
No modifiers.
Broken.
Yeah.
Is broken, no modifiers, clumsy is modifiers, but you roll extra die and choose bad, right?
No, that's
no.
broken.
Broken is normal modifiers, but you roll 3 dice, pick 2 lowest.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So that is with modifiers.
Yeah.
An 8.
An 8. All right. And what was it? What was your called shot? Disarming.
Disarming, I guess.
All right.
Grabbing with the 2 swords to pinch it like a big
Yeah.
grippy claw and then hoink.
All right. So you deal your damage, and they deal their damage, and you may suffer additional harm or disaster. So I don't think you take damage, actually. I think what happens instead is, yeah, sword comes down, you block it, and it basically dissolves into just like a shower of splinters raining down on you. You can see through it that like left of the blade is just this like thin sliver of a like silvery metal, way smaller than the blade looked, as it goes flying backwards out of the hands of the flyman. You are reeling.
He gets to
And-
do this thing again.
As you look
Yeah.
around, like, because you're like your eyes, like you had to shut your eyes to not like get your face filled with these splinters and were everywhere. And when you like blink your eyes open again and you look around, you see all around you the fly people lining the square, Indigo behind you, all standing with that kind of limp pose, and they start moving towards you. You are unable to distinguish friend from foe. Indigo, you of course don't see any of that. You saw Blair
Nah.
get hit by a shower of
No,
rust.
I'm gonna run up and chop the shit out of the little bit of sword that's left.
That went flying backwards into the crowd. You can go looking for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go looking for it. I'm gonna.
Yes.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
sorry, my phone is ringing. Be right back for a second.
How to defeat the very beast in the arena, but only if you can defeat the beast within.
This blade is such an annoying thing to kill.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I'm
Luckily,
pretty sure the blade just escaped in someone.
Yeah, it's
No.
just one of these. Like, there's a bunch of just I don't know, like phishing calls coming from like the UK and Canada for some reason.
lucky.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'll go chasing after it.
All
Look
right.
for it.
Makes sense. Blair.
Yeah.
Indigo comes running towards you with deadly intent.
Absolutely.
See, since I know it's Inigo, like,
It's probably
do I
one of his
really want
stupid, probably one of his stupid tests he keeps talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Do I fucking kick his ass?
I wish you could.
You what? I'll kick your fucking ass if you want me to. Blair's just gonna like, cause she knows, like, even though she can't distinguish friend from foe,
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't really know what Inigo would do,
Yeah.
and so she's gonna like prepare her swords.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if he comes like too close to her,
Yeah.
like within melee range, she is gonna like try to like sort of like she'll spin her blade around and try to like smack him with a blunt end.
Mm-hmm. Indigo, rushing past her towards where the sword went flying, would you take like any precautions to like avoid her?
No, I'm just running straight after the thing.
Yeah, so just run straight past Blair.
To add to the confusion, I'll say, "Let's go."
So yeah, Blair, here we go.
I try to smack him with a blunt end.
Let's go. All right. Guess it's broken, right? Reach heaven through violence.
Broken.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's a broken roll. Reach heaven through violence.
Yep.
6.
6. All right.
Is that good or bad?
Your blows strike wide, and you are fully exposed to retribution, harm, or disaster. I think what happens is here as you okay, actually, first of all, Indigo, how do you react when Blair?
Blair swings at me. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? We gotta get the thing.
All right. So Blair stumbles and fails to strike you.
100 years too early, kid.
And Indigo, you can see that she does so because, like, her grip on the sword was all wrong. And Blair, you notice that, like, your hands cramp up in pain. And you see, like, the rust splinters sticking out from the like back of your hand.
Oh, fuck.
Your hands are crippled.
Hands are crippled?
Yeah.
No, I need those.
I've told you before about how to grip the sword properly. I don't have time to give you a lecture on this right now. We gotta
So
destroy the thing.
do I still see him as an enemy?
Yes. Indigo just started talking about how like he's fucked up your hands because you're doing it wrong.
I'm gonna say, you know what then? Since you want it so badly, she's gonna take a deep breath and she's gonna say her single part word of God.
Don't I get my action yet?
Well, it sounds
We
like
doing a
Blair's,
fight?
it sounds like Blair's about to say something. Indigo, what do you do?
Like I was gonna be running off after the thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
You are gonna lose the sword.
she has time to talk while you run past. But if you wanna run, like just sprint away from there.
This is ridiculous. No, I'll knock Blair on her butt before she gets to yell at me.
All right. Sounds like might, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
She
roll
just
plus
don't
one.
want to be hit by the word of God.
You're right. I don't.
Ah, look, it's only one
Oddly
armor
enough.
piercing damage.
A 9. So hold one. No, actually, you pick one.
Yeah. No.
It's not
I get to choose two of the options
Oh,
below.
it's 2 actually on a 7+, but it's not.
Yeah.
Hold. Yeah. Okay. So which ones do you pick?
I'm gonna pick. Okay. What's crippled. Reeling is you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Cripple the mouth.
Yeah, like I'm probably gonna have like jabbed her in the throat,
That makes sense.
so she can't speak for a second. That
Someone
she
pipes to
starts
shut.
choking.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so crippled. Yeah,
oh
crippled
shit!
throat.
Sorry,
and
I just
reeling.
realized that should have been a broken roll because it's against another player.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Oh.
Shall I roll another one?
Yeah, roll one more die. So that's a 5.
Yeah, it's a 5, so nothing. I get fucking yelled at.
On a miss, if you target an enemy, that enemy may additionally choose one of the below options against you.
Oh no.
So yeah, Indigo tried to like punch you out. What do you do, Blair?
Like,
So you get to pick one of
Is-
those 4 options, right?
instead of like speaking my word now, since like he's tried to interrupt me out, what is it I can do again? It's
Well, this is in addition to doing the action you're already about to
Yeah.
do, right? So your target stops moving
okay.
and cannot move until they escape your grasp. Your target takes 1 AP damage. Your target gains the reeling tag,
Yeah.
or your target gains the crippled tag.
give him the reeling tag.
What do you do?
Uh,
He tries to like jab you in the throat, right?
I guess I'm push him backwards. That thing.
Right. So like yeah, he goes for throat. You push him backwards, and
I say my one of the words of God,
yeah, the 7.
Which was,
one
the
part of
blade for me.
7-part name of God.
yeah, which was the blade for me.
Mm-hmm. So what does that move do? Tell me. Explodes.
When this is anyone can hear you, ally or enemy takes 1 AP damage, is knocked off their feet, reeling and crippled by deafening for a minute after you speak it.
Mm-hmm.
The word causes moderate structural damage and widespread destruction around you.
Yeah. So you mess this market square up something fierce, and so to the wonderful view of cobblestones exploding everywhere, and buildings, you know, the facades of buildings, like the outer layers falling down, dust spreading everywhere. Hilda and Iron Star, what have you been up to?
No, wait. Before I get owned,
Mm-hmm.
before I take the damage,
Yeah.
Dragon Scale technique. You take -1 damage from any source as long as you have a hand free and are aware of it. You don't get this damage reduction against damage from a source you can't see or not aware of if you don't have a free hand. I knew she was gonna do it, right? I was trying to stop her to do it.
Yeah.
Is
So,
this-
so is this me getting thrown across the thing and then catching myself and being rad and cold?
You are still
Yeah.
you're still reeling and crippled. Like that's just part of it. You're still reeling and crippled.
Yes.
but
Yeah, but I take -1
you do
damage.
yeah,
So
yeah, you do take -1 damage because you knew she was gonna. And you
Yeah,
stopped
so-
like long enough to like you weren't running away from her. You stopped not long enough to try to fight her. So that makes sense.
yeah, so he
Uh,
fucking yelled at me. I go flying, and then I guess just before I hit something, I vault off of it with one arm.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoop, but I'm still deaf and going, "Huh? Hello?"
Yeah. Like it's either
But no
that or like
damage.
right before you crash into something, you do like a little like meditation thing, and you're like
Yeah.
"Ah." So you're not broken into a million pieces. So yeah, Iron Star and Hilda.
I'm gonna fill up my drink while this guy senses peace being disturbed like a Jedi Knight.
It sounds a disturbance in the force. Well, we've been chilling at this place, right?
Yeah.
Bordello.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
fellow,
I
owned
want
by-
to change
owned
that a
by
bit,
Cordelia.
so that it's not actually like slavers. It's just like a. They want to be there, basically. They're.
I mean,
It's illegal, fella. They got the papers. They
like they
signed them themselves.
So they want to
no,
be
like
slavers, but
courtesans, as opposed to horse.
they're not? Ah, okay. So they're trying to be a bit more upscale.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so still slaves, but slightly less creepy, maybe.
I suppose.
Maybe?
That works. Yeah. So what's this place that you're staying at?
We established that they are friends of mine, right? Because
Yes.
Yeah.
it was a good.
And
Good call.
the owner was a servant of some sort named Godeliev.
Yeah. So basically, we're just looking to pass the time, maybe make some money.
All right, all right.
So I guess I'll go find my friend and be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Are you well? Is there any
Yes.
work to be done?"
And what kind of strange servant?
Oh, we didn't establish that. So I guess he's like a lizard man of some kind.
Okay. Lizard man. Yeah. Weird kind of lizard man. Yeah. So you know, with your friend, and she hisses a happy welcome.
Nice.
You're on like the ground floor of the establishment, which is this like it tries to be fancy. Like there's like fine wood on display, and there's like carpets that I'm sure were beautiful.
But it's in Ashtown.
It's in Ashtown. It's all covered in dirt. It's like, you know, you can see like 3 of the slaves owned by the establishment, like toiling away with just like a bucket and rags, but it's just it's a
There's no use.
yeah, like it's a Sisyphean task.
But I mean, it's one of the fancier places in Ashtown anyway. Like,
Yeah, I mean, all of the places at the gates have a bit of a touristy air to them, but it's you know, it's decent.
yeah.
Yeah, so Godelier, like, she hisses and clasps her fists together in greeting. Siren Star! So nice of you to stop by again.
Yes. We're here in business, but we have a couple of days to spare.
Yes, of course. I hope the rooms are to your liking.
Of course, always.
Yes, of course. Anything for a friend.
Yes, I don't need much, but I suppose my friend here has slightly more acquired tastes than me.
Yeah. And she sidles up to the 2 of you, and she says, "Of course." Looks at Hilda. Yes, I see that you are a connoisseur of the expensive.
Hilda immediately like snaps to attention.
Perhaps I might interest you in some of our stock. They
I'm
are
gonna start running out of a syllable.
they're quite well educated.
Yeah, immediately does they're like, oh, do go on.
No hesitation.
And so she starts going on about how any task that you might need doing, we have someone here has the skills that you need. Of course.
This is a very suspicious place.
What? No, they're my friends.
They're not your friends. You don't have any friends other than me.
What?
I'm pretty sure
Source you.
2 of you. I'm pretty sure the 2 of you are not in the same place.
Absolutely not, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, not in the same place. Yeah, and so like she Hilda, like she like avuncular arm around your shoulders, and you know she's pretty large. She's this like well over 2-meter tall lizard person, like heavily built.
Yeah. Quite the contrast to the quite slender Hilda.
Yeah. And she like avuncular arm around your shoulders and starts like dragging you around the establishment. and showing off like, oh look here we have this amazing like parlor where they serve all kinds of delicacies, and our chefs come from many worlds and they are quite skilled, and like various like semi-skilled to skilled professions. They seem to have people they own that can perform those tasks, and they offer them for a reasonable price, of course.
And of course, like Hilda's gonna take the opportunity to be like, yes, as an important servant of herself, or not servant, that's the wrong word. Accomplice. No, that's also business partner with like certain people, certain persons of high interest. Of course, it's like she can certainly see that like it's an establishment of great, how do you call it? Yeah, it's she can certainly see that they have the means to back up the words.
Of course. Only the best.
Like they're going away, fucking licking each other's boots.
Yeah, and I guess Iron Star, you're kind of left in the lobby.
Yeah.
That way.
I mean, I'll let Hilda have some fun, I guess. I'll look around to see if I can find any trouble.
All right. How do you look around?
Just walk around the establishment, see if anyone disturbs the peace.
Okay. So you're hoping, like, you walk around and someone just like goes up and tries to punch the cop, or?
No, I mean just checking out, do the cop thing, like, is everything all right here?
Yeah. Sounds okay. So what it sounds like you're doing is you're trying to pry secrets. So roll plus mind.
All right. Hang on, I have to double check my stats.
I just imagine Iron Star doing the Michael Myers thing, which he just stands in the dark in the corner in one shot, and then when they're like, "Huh," he just disappears.
Yeah, he's definitely very horror movie monster.
Hey, 6.
A miss. You can ask a question anyway, but the answer may or may not be truthful.
Oh, I hate it when it may or may not. At least if we knew it was a meta game.
So, I mean, is everything all right here?
Everything all right here.
I mean, mentally.
Not a question on the list.
Wait, is there?
You have to ask a question on the list.
Yeah,
for prize secrets.
in the utility moves list.
Okay. Is there a?
Yeah, it's in the handouts bits, the cheat sheets.
Yeah.
The shit shit.
The church shirts.
The cheat sheets.
I'm a handout.
Shit.
Prize secrets, you said.
Yes. Yes.
We can never speak to a snake man ever again.
So I guess the what here seems to be false or deceitful.
That's snakest.
What here seems to be false or deceitful?
Actually, I have extra secrets I can ask. What crime has been committed here?
Oh, what crime has been committed here?
Which is basically what I was trying to find out, right?
Yeah. Let's see. What crime has been committed here?
What hasn't?
The question is what that you would consider.
I mean, crime is a vague term.
Just because you break it all the time.
I prefer optional ways of acting.
What? The law isn't optional.
I
mandatory.
mean, there is an option.
Yeah, follow it or die.
Iron Star.
Yeah,
None.
nothing.
None. No crime.
Yeah,
Sounds
good.
suspicious.
No, that's perfect. They're my friends. Of course they don't do crimes. They know me.
This fucking
Want to
guy.
do some crimes.
Blair stabbing someone in the face. Yeah, not a crime.
Yeah, murdering isn't a crime.
Only the murder of innocents is a crime.
Murdering so that you're disturbing others, that's a crime.
Technically, I'm
It's okay
disturbing
to
them.
kill someone. You just
Yeah.
have to do it far away where no one notices.
Yeah.
I mean, by definition, I am disturbing them. I'm disturbing their life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it only matters if they're innocent. That's his rule. His rule is that they have to. It's
Innocent is a vague term.
No, it's killing of innocents is forbidden,
Iron Star.
and disturbing the peace.
You hear shouts coming from the entrance.
Who did I do that?
You hear shouting coming from the
All right.
entrance.
Yeah, go investigate.
At
Is it the vigilante guild again?
Actually, yes, in a way. Down at the gates, there is one person in the blue robe with the white pattern of the Vigilante Guild, dressed similarly to the crowd you saw earlier in threadbare, like robes under that, like clogs, and he's arguing loudly with two of the guards. And the guards at this place are like these pretty heavily armored like warriors in like their armor has this kind of like blue-green shimmer to it, like it's like lacquered or like enameled, and they have like heavy shields and whips. And so there's two of them, you know, like full helmet and armor on, and they're like kind of just like talking to this person who's shouting and waving his arms wildly and going on, and the two of them are just kind of like standing on either side of him, trying to muscle him out.
I guess I'll approach them and cross my arms and be, is everything alright here?
Guards. Like one of them turns to you. Everything's fine, lawman. Everything isn't fine. This is a house of sin. A house of murder. They
Agree.
They
Well,
take
which house
everything
isn't?
from the innocents of the streets. And yeah, he goes on like that.
Yeah.
My throat
Well-
wouldn't survive like ranting like he does.
Yeah, well, seems to me like he's disturbing the peace.
Is he now?
So, well, isn't he? He's shouting on the streets.
So what are you gonna do about it?
Well, I'm gonna banish him.
Tell me about that.
This is fucking. This is Judge Dredd, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll give him a warning first. So, either you leave or you face the full brunt of the law.
Yeah.
And that is, I'm wielding the law on him.
Okay, why don't you roll?
Yeah.
Mhm.
11.
11. So, that move.
That means that he either does what I say, flee or attack me, and on a plus 10, I also get my next roll against him empowered.
And so, he looks at you, like, you! I know you! You're the traitor lawman who left one of ours to die! The lawless. Of course. I'll be back. You'll see. I'll be back. I'll bring the whole might of the guild down on you. And he's backing away as he's saying this.
You don't need to. I'm about to visit you soon. You
Well-
just stay there.
We'll come for you. We'll show you.
No, I'm coming for you.
The law isn't yours to decide. I'll show you. The people are on our side. And
Yeah?
Like he's...
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, whatever.
I'll show you how tough it is when everyone knows how much of a liar, coward, two-faced hypocrite. Yeah, and then he runs off.
Damn it! I want to talk more to him. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, fine. I mean, I'll tell the guard like, I'll visit him soon and see if I can calm him down. Apparently, something happened to a friend of theirs.
Both of them shrug.
Yeah.
Say nothing.
Apparently something.
Yeah, like I'm not going there to kill him all. I'm going there to see if I can talk to him and like maybe calm him down a bit because
And
it's a
you took Blair with you?
Oh well, I mean Blair isn't here, right? I haven't
Yeah,
taken
we're not
anyone
there.
Yeah.
with. He's all
Currently.
sleeping again. You guys, if something happens, just call me if you need any assistance. I know you guys are competent.
So Hilda,
Mm-hmm.
as you move up from the ground floor, the place actually gets noticeably cleaner and more ostentatious. There's a lot of velvet and gold leaf on display.
Nice.
And the proprietor's sales pitch keeps going more or less indefinitely.
Of course it does.
What do you do?
So where did we get our rooms? No, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask about. Yeah. Hilda's gonna she'll look around and then she'll go so. If I may ask,
Yes.
how come Iron Star gets this treatment in such a high society?
Oh, your friend. He has been most helpful to us in the past. Helped us with some trouble. Nothing too troublesome in the grand scheme of things, but you know how it is. It's always nice to have things handled smooth.
When she says smooth, Hilda's gonna run her hands just on one of the velvet things. And then she said, "Yes, indeed."
Now, of course, these things, they are trinkets, fanciful baubles, but someone of your distinction might prefer something more special.
It depends on what this special is.
Well, she, well, I mean, on a human, she would be rubbing the side of her nose, tapping the side of her nose, right? But it's kind of the side of her head, 'cause she's a big lizard. So it's kind of weird. Let's see if I can't impress even a gilded devil such as you.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
What do you mean? Oh no, this is great.
No!
This is fine.
I'm getting fucking murdered over here, and she's gonna try and steal everything.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it takes you to a back room.
Yeah.
You know, bit dark, bit out of the way. And what does she show you in there that Hilda finds incredibly desirable?
Incredibly desirable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely like a.
I'm sorry, desirable.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, it was more. It was first. Was like, yeah, she's gonna be this crazy big statue or something. But no, actually, it's gonna be. It's gonna be a small, quite a small necklace kind of deal.
Mm-hmm,
Like it doesn't look like much,
Yeah.
and it's like. In contrast to everything she wears, like
Yeah.
it's a small like silver necklace
Mm-hmm.
with a jet black, like kind of looks like a pearl
Mm-hmm.
set in the middle, and it's kind of hold up in a little like display box in the middle of a room with a lot of other like jewelry and stuff, and some of the jewelry are like much like
It's
fancier.
that thing where this is like the least like flashy thing in the room.
Yeah, exactly. But it sits there, and like Hilda
Pride and place.
immediately is like, "Oh, what is this?"
Mm-hmm.
And she, yeah, and like, I imagine like she's sent into like kind of funneled into the room, and like the
Yeah.
instant like the sort of lights like she kind of scans the room, she immediately sees it, and it's like quickens her step
Mm-hmm.
to get like as close to it as possible.
Yeah.
And like Hilda is this sort of like person who would like when she really finds something that she likes, like it's no hiding that this is
Yeah.
like.
I suspected that might strike your fancy. So
It's yeah.
So what is it?
Yes, it's a like it's a silver necklace, but the pearl of the thing is like is sort of like a it can be made like to respond in the same way as the pages in her books are. Like this is a object that isn't charged with the power yet.
Mm-hmm.
So if some like it's what would have happened if like it's sort of what the pages of Hilda's book would look like if it isn't like used, if it isn't owned by a user who knows how to wield it.
Yeah, so when it's found in like a tomb in 2,000 years by some mad adventurer, like that's
Yeah.
that's what your tome is.
Hilda's going to be sitting there just like, hello.
Yeah.
You found that? I forgot where I placed it. It's placed behind like the most securely guarded like tomb of horrors you've ever found.
Yeah, and so the lizard lady, she rubs her hands together, and she says, "Of course, I ask a much too reasonable price."
And internal monologue for Hilda is like, if she actually paid what it's worth, no one in the like this plane of existence would be able to pay it.
Yeah.
And like she gives the attempt to straighten her straighten her back and say like, I assume as a person of business, you have a most reasonable price.
Of course. Of course. Only the best for the friends of Iron Star. And she says, and of course, with an item such as this, trustworthy payment would be necessary. A dragon gilder, perhaps.
A dragon gilder.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if only there was a
So-
guy who had loads of money here.
So, Master Indigo.
Yeah, I just got fucking yelled at and thrown across the market.
Yeah, like half a day ago or so, you were blown up in a marketplace.
Half a day ago?
Yeah, you've spent some time, finding bits of your possessions and such. Finding the rickshaw driver, that was difficult. Finding Blair took a while also, actually.
She sorted her shit out.
Blair's been like looking for the little pieces to pick up and spit on and put in a little bucket.
The little pieces of what?
The little rust. She's looking for the rust. She's been looking for rust to kill.
You find none, Rust. Like,
That-
you blew up the square.
Everything.
It's dust and, like,
Can I
bits of
assume I
rock.
blew up the sword? Is that a safe assumption?
No, that flew away because you were too busy
Damn it.
going, oh, this man's trying to kill me.
I mean, you kind of were.
I wasn't doing shit. I just ran by and you're like, fuck this guy. I can't tell friend from foe. Which is ridiculous because I'm obviously not your friend. Or a foe. So really, I,
I mean,
should have been
your
immune to
words,
this.
not mine.
No, I mean, but I'm not your foe either, so I was neither. I should have been exempt from the equation.
He's a faux friend.
No, he's true. Right, so it's been a day since I got fucking yelled at and everything blew up.
Yeah, so the two of you have spent some time recuperating. How?
I assume I've been getting yelled at a lot.
No, he doesn't yell.
I've been like getting lectured.
Yeah, you've definitely been getting lectured.
So,
Uh,
what are you
And when
doing
you're
while?
asleep, he lectures you then as well. He's like, subliminal and hypnotic suggestion are excellent learning tools for those of limited capacity.
So, while lecturing Blair and while being lectured, what else have you been doing to recuperate?
I mean, like, we gotta go meet up with the guys, but also we gotta deal with this sword. And I mean, the duel's still going, right? Well, I mean, we didn't win or lose.
I mean, I think I won.
No, because they ran away.
They might
Which
have ran away, but like I still technically won.
I don't know. Like, if even if you did win, we need to chase them down to get the payment.
I mean, we also need to stop it from possessing someone else and murdering another bunch of people.
Well, I mean, the only person who murdered a bunch of people here. I'm
Not
looking
me.
at them.
Hey, look, I didn't kill anyone. Did I
Murdered
kill
their
anyone?
livelihoods.
Look, the
You definitely
livelihoods were
killed
gonna
that
get...
fly man in front of his family.
Well, I'm sorry he was possessed and trying to kill me.
I mean, yeah, I didn't say that you didn't have to do it. I'm just saying that you did.
Okay. Well,
I'm making
anyway,
no
think of
judgments on
it.
this one.
Think of it this way. That blade could do real bad to your school.
No. I think if I'd been in the fight, it would have gone differently.
I know you probably would have got your ass.
Well, I mean, shows how little you've learned then, doesn't it?
I mean, maybe it just shows how little you've learned.
I've learned a lot.
Name 10.
Name 10? Name 10 thing I've learned?
Yeah.
Learned you're irresponsible.
False.
I've learned you're reckless.
I mean, technically that's true. If I
I've
can
learned you're
attack-
bloodthirsty.
Bloodthirsty is wrong.
If you're just going to say all the things I've learned are wrong, then that just proves how far you have yet to go. But the sword, we need to find it and destroy it.
Yes, I guess we should. I mean, we can't really ask people around. There's not really.
Like if they've been possessed by it, it's like, oh, do you know where there's this evil sword that possesses people? If they've been possessed by it, they'll go, yeah, here, stab
Also,
you.
kill them all.
And also probably kill them all. And I think the other two Jokers could help. Iron Star with his bloodhound nose, searching for it. If we tell Hilda it's worth a lot of money, she'll want it.
Has it broken the law?
Has it broken the law? It's killed innocent people and stolen their lives and their
Yeah.
souls.
Now he's talking to imaginary Iron Star?
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, like, I'm running through the conversation in my head.
Well, right. So let's find Iron Star. We need to find like a way to get there quickly.
Are there any other law people around?
Oh, are there?
Are there any?
I don't-
How
I
would
don't
you
think
go
there's-
about finding out?
I don't think there's going to be any of the caliber we need. I think anybody we send after will just get possessed by the thing, and then we'll have to kill him.
Well,
but-
I guess we better just try.
But, Blair,
Yeah.
nice work.
Oh, thanks. I know I do good work.
Rather basic interpretations of the lessons I've given, but
I mean, I was separating your lessons from
Their meaning.
from their meaning.
don't try and get clever. Remember what happened last time you tried to get clever?
She can't
I-
remember.
She can't actually. She just kind of looks at you with this blank stare. This is yeah.
Last time you tried to be clever, you nearly had your head chopped off.
Yeah, nearly, but I didn't.
Because I came in and bailed you out. You're welcome, by the way, but no
Did
problem.
you? I'm
That's the
pretty
sort of thing I'd
sure-
do.
Actually, no, I came and got used. I was the one who kicked that lady's ass.
No, she had her blade to your neck,
Eh?
and then I swooped in.
What happened to her leg?
Oh yeah, no, that was you. But I'm saying when you try to be clever, when you don't try and be clever, and you let me do the thinking for you, everything goes much smoother.
No,
Or-
the
or
people
when
who
you
helped
go
me
on,
out were
when
those
you go on
two-
instinct, like a wild animal, that goes pretty good too. Just
I mean,
not thinking though. Don't do the thinking.
look,
You're like a
usually thinking
spider.
results in death.
Yeah, of your enemies.
Look what happened to Plato.
Look what happened to Plato. I've never heard of him.
Well, you wouldn't because he's dead.
Did you know about swords?
No.
No, then I don't care. So. So, what?
Think of all the great thinkers in history, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, I'm thinking about
what-
them.
where are they now?
None of them were you. Next.
And all of them are dead.
Yeah. So's all the idiots too. Except you, obviously. You're
I
here
mean,
in
I'm
front
not
of
an
me.
idiot.
I
Well,
mean,
now who's wrong? Anyway, well done. Be more like a spider, less like a genius.
he's telling you to be an idiot, basically.
I
But-
don't know if I appreciate the spider comment. Spiders are squishy and easy to
I'm
kill.
just curious, by the way. Was it intentional that Blair got Socrates and Plato mixed up?
No, because I was thinking, who's dead? Who's a philosopher who's dead?
Who's
I
smart
thought,
and dead?
I know, Plato.
To be fair,
Sorry, I thought.
he is smart
Yeah.
and dead.
I'm sorry, I thought you were going for like someone tried to be clever and then died for it, but
No, I was just meaning that no.
Okay, okay.
Smart
Smart
people
and
are
dead.
dead.
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Dude, spiders are excellent ambush predators.
Name
I've
several
just
that
been a
committed
spider
mass
lips.
murder.
Name several that committed mass murder. Like 10% of all spiders eat most of their egg mates.
Yeah, but are the people that eat like our people sized? I think not.
No, but if there was a spider that large, that would be terrifying.
Yeah.
So be like a. I mean, you've even got the two swords. That's like multiple limbs.
I could get more, and you start just pulling more out and stuffing them in between like different like folds, like Zorro.
See?
This is actually uncomfortable, and she just chucks them back all in.
But see, you fit it. Now we need to go get Iron Star. He's good at tracking things down. And all these people here,
Is he like a dog?
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
We can set out some like treats.
No. He doesn't respond well to positive reinforcement. We should.
So he's
Well,
like a
everybody
bad
here
dog.
hates us because you did that thing where you destroyed the marketplace.
I mean, it's not my fault.
I mean, you're the one that did it.
I mean, you were trying to kill me.
I wasn't trying to kill you. If I was trying to kill you, you'd know about it.
Hmm.
So I just like to ask the players here, Måns and Fredrik, votes on just like having this scene just keep going indefinitely? I'm really good
Right,
with that.
let's continue forward so we're not bickering like children.
No, we're good. We're like this conversation is going on as we turn and we tap the rickshaw man and we get on the
Yeah.
rickshaw and we have this conversation as we're driving to Iron Star.
Yeah.
Like, what was this place called? What particular market was this place in Ashton?
This particular market, I don't know. What was it called?
Ashton Market. I mean, there was a real buzz about it. Oh,
That was
tough
true.
crowd.
That's true.
I don't know. Anybody got any ideas?
Oh, you were going for a pun.
I wasn't going for it was a buzz and fly joke.
Yeah,
Tough
that's
crowd.
why I didn't say anything.
No, I thought it was pretty good.
Anybody got any ideas? What this market could have been called?
Pomp Square.
Pomp Square. We can't believe you wrecked Pomp Square.
You could call it the compound ground.
No, that's ridiculous. Excellent improvising with the peach stone.
The compound square.
No, we're definitely not doing that. But yeah, excellent work improvising with the peach stone.
I mean, I kind of just was gonna plan on eating it, but
You can't eat
Like-
a peach stone.
yes, you can.
You can't eat a peach stone.
Yeah,
Have a
if you have
challenge?
teeth like I do.
Yeah, it sounds like a challenge.
Like, I'm sorry. I mean, you wouldn't know about eating a peach stone. You don't have a mouth.
And
You can't eat.
never stopped me before.
Where do you even shove food?
In the food hole.
No such thing as no.
Anyway, I'm
Well,
glad you've been paying attention to my lessons.
You've been telling me lessons.
Yeah. The only
Uh,
time I can get you to sit still and listen is when you're asleep. But you seem to have absorbed the knowledge quite well.
I like sleeping. Can I go back?
Back to sleep?
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite time for another lesson yet.
You know how like kittens like sleep a lot?
Yes, because they're babies.
Yeah. I'm kind of like a kitten permanently.
Are you a baby?
I mean, to you maybe you're like what 100, 700 years old. I don't know.
Yeah,
You don't
something
really
like
have
that.
age lines.
Something like
You
yeah.
don't
Don't,
cut you open. You have
no,
like
don't.
rings like
I
a tree.
don't. No, don't. I don't.
You don't have rings like a tree.
No.
Oh, disappointing when you think of it. Do demons have rings like rings like a tree?
You know what? Let's ask Hilda when we get there.
Maybe we can cut Hilda open.
I'll tell Hilda that you want to chop her leg off and count the rings. Or maybe it's the rings on her fingers and that's why she wears so much.
Ah, so she's old as balls.
I mean, yeah, she's like old as
Well,
time.
yeah. I'm really, really old.
She's really old. She's like probably as old as I think literally as old as Iron Star. Maybe slightly younger.
How old is
Like-
Iron Star?
Like
Yes.
infinite.
As old as the world, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's God, then Iron Star, then Hilda.
Wait, so like being like an angel and devil just means you're pretty much immortal?
Not
Yeah,
not necessarily for demons.
Angels. Yeah, angels always come back. Devils not quite.
Yeah, and
Or
demons
others.
aren't necessarily as old as the universe because someone might have bound them later.
Yeah.
Like sorcerers do that all the time. They like bind
Yeah,
demons out of the
Grab the
hot black
formless
flame.
chaos.
Yeah. Force a mask and a name on it and call it
Yeah.
a chicken dinner.
There's a whole racist group with angels that are like, we are unchanging and there's no more angels being born, and that's good because it's like stasis.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same status quo always.
Yeah, they're very stagnant and garbage.
I mean, that kind of seems pretty baller, but also kind of boring.
I mean,
When you get tired, you've been you've been around for like
angels as a group consider the comment, a few millennia in the void will do you good.
yeah.
A reasonable thing to say.
Yeah.
So that tells you everything you need to know about angels as a group.
Wait, is there like an afterlife?
Between incarnations, they're in the
Yeah.
void.
Yeah, they're in the void where they're just a big cloud of eyes with wings and shit.
Oh, I mean like for humans.
No.
Yeah.
Humans just die.
Yeah,
humans die.
humans die, but then
Sometimes
you
they
might-
reincarnate, maybe?
yeah,
Who knows?
sometimes you reincarnate, but with no knowledge of the previous one. Not like angels who are just like, oh, I'm back now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Also,
for them, it's
no
just a weekend
afterlife
at the
for
spa.
humans.
I mean, humans is the only thing that is mortal
Yeah,
that can actually die and not never come back.
Like that's
So humans don't get an afterlife.
Nope. Like that's actually kind of why you can have like these weird monster people and they're still human, because if they can die, they count as human. Like that's what a human is something that can die, basically.
because the god that made them fucked it up.
Yep.
And then all the other gods went, that dying thing was pretty rad, and then they gave it a go and also died.
So for humans, there is no afterlife.
Yeah. As far as anyone knows, at least.
That's boring.
That's why you've got to live life to the fullest and listen to me while you're still alive.
I mean, that just seems like not living life to the fullest.
Yeah,
I
and
can-
also it's the thing where you only live 100 years. So
I can
aging.
I can help you live, like, I can schedule out a very full life where every moment is filled with something.
Can that be killing things?
Some of it, yes.
No, I want most of it.
All right, well, we'll work on that.
Why am I getting my life advisor? Get out of here. Go get a
I'm your
job.
master in all things.
Job.
Are we nearly there yet? I'm really
Just
worried
like-
about the sword.
Iron Star.
Yep,
Just stayed at this place for a couple of days now.
nice.
Do we count as having rested so we're all healed up and shit?
Yeah.
Do I get-
Stamina wise, yes.
Do I
Yes.
get paid?
Oh no.
Damn it. That was what I was looking for. I was looking for
yeah, but-
work.
Yeah, but when you rolled the thing, right? The last session, you got one favor out of them, and that was like living there.
Oh.
I think you only rolled a 7 to 9, if I remember correctly. So
No, no, it was a crit.
it was a crit.
Or- It was like super good.
Was it? Huh.
Hey, let's
I'll-
roll up and look.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah, otherwise they wouldn't have
Yeah,
been
yeah,
best
yeah, it
friends.
was 13.
Oh no, you're completely correct. Actually, yes.
You
Sorry.
ultra crit.
In that case, I apologize. I remembered wrong. All right. Let me rethink this then. Yes.
Fucking bank.
In that case, at some point during these couple of days, we're
Blair when you need her.
you were approached by the proprietor. She seemed a bit put out, but yeah, Godelia approached you. She says to you that she has a problem, you might say, an inconvenience.
That's why I'm here.
You see, the members of my trading house, we're in a very competitive market. The trouble that you helped me with time before last, was of a similar nature. It seems that one of my associates is running into some trouble. Apparently, a most grievous attack. And surely very criminal. Of course, I would be a very grateful citizen if my friend were to get the aid that he, of course, like as any citizen deserves.
Of course, my friend. I will do my utmost to apprehend this villain.
Yes, of course, you are, of course, a man of exquisite principle.
That's what they say about that guy.
And so she says that too many note.
Unlikely?
Yes. No, she says that my associate goes by the name of Lothar Calvicia. He runs business, quite the lucrative one, out of Pomp Square.
Oh god.
And it seems only this day, a few hours ago, he was attacked. A terrorist attack, he believes.
Yeah, I'll say.
Terrorist attack implies they're trying to strike terror into people.
Was there any witnesses?
Many. Though I am given to understand that they are, many of them, quite shell-shocked. You see, there was a most grievous explosion.
Sounds familiar. Well, what is it that you wish me to do? Apprehend the terrorist?
Yes, indeed. Seek them out and give them the justice they deserve.
Alright. Sounds reasonable.
Of course, Pomp Square is quite a while away, but my friend, he owns many an airship, and he has sent one for your convenience.
Ah, perfect. Is Hilda close by?
Cut to, like, Hilda, a day or so ago.
A day or so ago.
You've been given an offer.
Yeah.
Asked for payment in the Dragon Guild there of the Dragon Bank of Mammon.
Oh yeah, this is the she wants a dragon, whatever's.
Yes. The Dragon Guilder is like one of the few currencies that's actually like respected throughout all of Throne. They're also like the lowest denomination is incredibly valuable, so they're only used for big transactions.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is like how Hilda's gonna deal with this situation is like without ever breaking like eye contact with
Singular.
Eye contact with the object.
Yeah.
It's gonna basically say like that. Of course, such payment would be. But I need to. I need to make arrangements with the right parties.
Of course.
and then like reluctantly I will make the thing, and I will come back to it.
It
Basically,
does not do to travel with such fortunes on hand.
I'm glad we come to understand this predicament. And meanwhile, the entire like let's go through her head. It's like, do I kill her? No, that's too big. Distraction. How do I get this thing out of here?
So when
that's why I said, "Where's Blair when you need her?"
yeah, so when Iron Star asks for you, like a day or so later, what has Hilda been doing?
Yeah, she's mostly been sitting in like the room she's been given. Of course, she has been asking for a lot of pillows. She's been like lying in a pillow fort, basically, going through all the options or lack of options and how to get the object without like actually using her favors. And during this time, it's like she's the thing you can see is like you have the feet from the under the pillow pocket, and then there's like small smoke tendrils coming out of the openings. That's mostly the thing. She's extremely upset and frustrated that she can't get it decent.
So when one of the servants comes and knocks on the door and says that Iron Star wants to talk to you.
Yeah, and like the smoke disappears in, and she like sits straight up, and then I'll be right there.
Yeah. So, Star, Hilda arrives.
Yeah. I have a job to do, and it would be most fortuitous if you would join me.
What is this job?
There's been a terrorist attack on Pomp Square. There was a huge explosion, I heard. I'm going to apprehend the culprit.
I only know one person who made an explosion before.
Yeah. And I mean, if you look at the map I have, it's like on the way. So
well, let's just go and get her.
Hey, don't always assume things are me. Things always blow up in these places.
It's true. Fruit can be explosive.
So can merchants.
Lead the way, Iron Star.
we are taking the airship. It's quite far away.
I'm gonna go do a wee wee while you airship.
I think we should all take a brief break. I need to rest my voice a bit. Yikes.
Alright.
We're back. So we come back to the rickshaw driving out of the square. The camera pans up, and we see an airship flying into the square.
Yeah, I knew this was happening. Einstock, can't you use your Blair's within reach power, and then we'll rest and you can get it back? Can't you fall out of the boat somehow?
So wait. So
You smell Blair nearby.
When
and
you
you're
have
thinking,
suspicions of
right.
a target's guilt, and you think it's Blair's just been disturbing the peace, then before your next rest, they're within your grasp.
yeah.
You can't decide when that is, though.
But
That's
at least it's a guarantee that we'll might get up to meet
I'll
each
just
other.
do that, and then I'll say I'll take a rest on the ship.
Yeah, and then he's got to do it.
Yeah.
there's this rule for exalted things called chicanery no.
We just want to meet up for 1 second, please. We want to have an adventure.
Look,
And also level up.
you're having a fun adventure in missing each other right now. So let's keep that going for a bit.
Could you call it misadventure?
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
say.
So Iron Star and Hilda, you arrive, and man, someone really messed this square up. It looks horrible. All the buildings and like the facades all like broken, and the entire like stonework of the entire square is all torn up. There's a bunch of like wooden rubble all around like the edges of it, where stuff's been blown aside, it seems. And there's like tiny the shapes of people, like since you're on the airship coming in, right? Like moving around like ants, like trying to clear things out of the rubble and rebuild. It's all very tragic.
Yeah.
You see people crying over dead loved ones.
I didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, you did.
You killed entire square worth of people.
I mean, it looks like some of them died when like pieces of building fell on them.
Yeah, well, that's not my
so,
fault.
some of them died from Yeah, that's your fault. You
That's
did that.
gravity's fault. Their
You
death
gave it a-
was a conversation between gravity and God.
Yeah, instigated by you little shit stirrer.
God is dead. You can't blame a dead guy for this.
Yes, I can.
No. This is absolutely you did this. I'm not passing judgment on it. I just need you to know that you did it.
But fortunately, they're not actually dead.
I guess you could actually, right?
Yeah.
No, because he's already said they are dead, right?
Excuse me,
You
flashback.
can't undo them being dead. No. But you can go like, but fortunately, very few of them actually died. Most are only injured.
But fortunately, only 3 of them died. The rest,
The ones you stabbed.
the rest are mostly injured.
Yeah, the one you stabbed in front of his family.
I mean, yeah. But
Okay, spend the die though. You gotta spend the die.
yeah. There we go. That was
It's
me
okay.
struggling to actually find it.
It's on your portrait.
It's on your
Yeah,
damn face.
But I'm like a dog. Stupid.
That's what Indigo's been saying.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say it, not you.
That's not fair.
I seem to remember this sort of thing happening when she tried to toss a building on top of me. Funny how that is.
Ask someone if they saw any dipshits leaving town recently.
So yeah, the airship pulls into the little airship dock, the top of the building, which like it was like beyond the lip of the thing, so it seems to have been shielded from most of the blast. Some of the outlying docks seem to have been a bit like messed up, but not severely so. So there's still a brisk traffic of ships loading and unloading going on. With workers of every shape and size, but mostly they're flymen.
Yeah. Well, let's just straight up like go ask them like, was whoever did this, was one a flaming skull man and one was a lady with many swords? red hair, looks like a dipshit, acts like one.
Well, before you do that, you're greeted on the landing dock by, a fly person in opulent clothes.
Yeah, this is the guy, the Copper Coral Girl guy.
Yes, indeed. Lothar Calvicia greets you. And when you meet them, Hilda, you recognize this man. You've seen him visiting Jasnagoth at some point.
Oh.
What business was he on?
Oh, an ally. Oh. Well, I would. He would probably be like. Yeah, what would he do? What? In what business would he be? Yeah, I think like. I think I get to decide basically.
You get to decide at least what Hilda remembers.
Yeah, what Hilda remembers. Hilda seems to remember him from being like the meeting in particular was about the sort of the dealing in information about the sort of the people in this like marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to have been, if she could recall correctly, like some sort of some sort of inquiry in where some exotic fruits has been like disappearing too. That was part of a deal between him and Jasnagoth, right?
Oh, okay.
But some of the fruits, like some of the shipments of fruit, never got fully to Jasnagoth.
Yeah.
So like the inquiry was about where were the rest of the fruit shipment? Like.
Okay, that makes sense. And so that's the first thing you remember. The second thing you remember, and this is one of those things you're like, oh, and then you go, oh. You remember at the dinner afterwards, you got into a conversation with him, and you had a pretty severe disagreement. About what?
Oh, a severe disagreement about something. Oh yeah. Well,
there might have been a lot of alcohol there, and you might have drunk a lot of it.
So the disagreement was that like it was basically a conversation about like who is what is the better thing. So Hilda was basically starting like you should like tie all the power to yourself, right? With artifacts and with like power.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is like, no, you need to spread it out amongst like tie underlings to you.
Yeah.
Like it's the quantity over quality, right? And Hilda was like, you need as few people around you as possible to be truly powerful. And this guy was like, no, you need to have your finger in grubs in everything.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, of course, that was like the technical description of what the argument was about. By the end, it was mostly like, you're an idiot. No, you're an idiot. Fuck you.
You're a fly man. You only have one eye.
Yeah.
You have 4 arms.
Yeah,
you have no muscles.
There was definitely a lot of that.
Your things are yellow. Yours are green.
So this all just comes flooding back to you, like beer the day after you drank it, as you step off of the airship and you see who you're meeting. Ironstar, you've never met this person in your life.
Yeah, what was his name again?
Lothar Calvicia.
Yeah, so the instant like I see him, Hilda's gonna go like, Lothar, how nice to see you again.
Friend of yours, Hilda?
Oh, you could say that.
And he smiles, you think. It's strange, difficult with the mandibles. And he says, has a Steingnis. Yes. Very nice to see you.
So this is where you've been.
Yes,
this,
it's just-
this is the rock you crawl out from under.
Oh my fucking god, it starts already. Now I see why you and Blair are friends.
I see you are as pleasant as ever.
That was being pleasant.
I mean, it's Phil, though. You met her?
You must be Iron Star.
Yes, that is my name. Well, part of it.
Welcome, welcome. Of
I
course,
understand.
make yourself at home. Anything here you can treat as if it was your own home.
Well, everything's destroyed, so I guess that's.
Oh, yes. Tragic, tragic. Many people were severely injured. Miraculously, only a few deaths.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So probably not.
Well,
Oh.
we don't know that yet, actually.
You have a
Yeah.
suspicion already. That is most excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, well, so Hilla, like,
William's recommendation is always trustworthy.
Yes, you can trust that whoever did this will be punished severely.
I never seen you
Excellent,
punish
excellent.
anyone. She like during the time that like the small time we haven't started been talking, Il has made like an actual effort to collect herself. And then she goes, well, you were here to witness the deed? Or you know who might have?
In a matter of speaking, I was in my office. However, I did not look out of my window at the moment of the incident.
Is there any witnesses at all?
Yes, yes, many, many. There were many people in the square when the thing was
I
so
think
tragically.
and I've been. Am I correct in thinking you have been asking around too?
Yes, of course, I have been making inquiries.
And have you gotten anything? Anything about like just before the incident to the incident?
And he like makes an exaggerated show of shaking his head, and there's a clinking of bangles and jewels as he does so. And he says that of course these people are in shock. It is very difficult to get a clear story out of anyone.
So what's the unclear story?
Something about some ghostly creature that has been possessing the market for some time. They seem quite afraid of speaking of it. Apparently, some visitor invoked its wrath.
I mean, that's a very
So, do you want us?
layman's easy mode version of what happened.
Do you want us to banish the one who incurred its wrath, or the thing?
It sounds like it wasn't the possessing creature that did it. If you said incurred his wrath, or am I interpreting this wrong?
The stories get confused, I'm afraid. Sometimes it sounds like it is the punishment for disturbing the creature. Sometimes it is the intruder bringing some kind of strange weapon.
Hmm. What kind of weapon?
He shakes his head and he says, "Oh, fanciful imaginings, nothing of consequence, I believe."
Well, let me hear it. I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, you're the law guy, not this guy. You're the
Yeah.
one who decides whether facts are useful or not. I don't take this shit from him. Do you want to be my student too? I can do that to you too.
Some speak of a ghostly curse of the dead. Others, well, they are more simplistic, simply talk of a giant bomb. Perhaps this is brought in, well, you see, all of these stories, they are the minds of simple people living simple lives. Of course, they would tell these stories. I suspect, however, that it is simply a cover-up for an attempt to disturb my business.
Yeah, of course, you're the one in the center of everything.
Nothing.
Is it like noticeable where the explosion came from? Like emanated from?
Yes, like a crater.
Yeah, like he walks
yeah.
he walks over to the edge of the roof and he points, and it's immediately obvious by looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the edge of the square that's near to the building. So the claim that it would be directed at him is not like preposterous on its face.
Yeah.
So
That
I'm
must have been
gonna
a big bomb.
I'm gonna go out to the street and just randomly like interrogate people.
All right.
Yeah, what host citizen them?
Yeah, what kind of stories do they have, etc.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any like special moves you're using, or are you?
Watchman's eye, I can pry secrets and ask what
Ah.
crime has been committed here.
All right.
And yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're asking questions of people. That makes sense. So roll to praise.
Yeah, that was mine, right?
Yes.
Alright. Eight.
Eight. Okay, so you can ask one question and take +1 forward when acting on the answers.
Yeah. So that question. What what crime has been committed? I mean, I suppose that's obvious, but
Yeah, I mean, someone set off a large explosive of some sort, which I guess would be like disturbing the peace, reckless endangerment.
yeah.
Gross criminal neglect.
Yeah, probably.
Criminals have to be.
Is there a standard question that can like bring my intent out better?
I mean, there's what here could be useful to me. There's what has just happened here.
Yeah. What has just happened here? Or
Yeah. So interrogating the citizens, you get a decent picture, like the general shape of the story. At least you get that there was a fight of some sort. Face. Lothar is correct in that they seem very like reticent to talk about like the one of the participants. There's some sort of like superstition going on. But yeah, like there was a fight between someone who'd been there a while and some newcomer. Like it escalated and it got bad, and at the end things blew up. No one really knows how that happened.
yeah. So just a random fight, and then it ended in an explosion, basically.
Yeah,
So,
And I mean, you would get enough of a description of the visitors to say like it was a young human woman and a man with a flaming skull for a head, like that.
yeah, like, I mean, it's hard not to, like...
Yeah, Indigo is difficult
remember.
to miss. Like, it's...
He's a lantern. The point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not secret hidden security.
Yeah. So let's chase the perps, I suppose.
All right. So, Hilda,
Hmm?
what are you doing while Iron Star's like bossing around? Thanks.
Yeah, what am I doing?
Make someone give you 3 wealth so you can make a key.
Yeah, so Iron Star kind of walks off to ask a bunch of questions. And when he's kind of out of earshot,
Yeah.
Hela's gonna turn to Lothar and say, and ask like, so, how's the fruit smuggling going? I remember you had some trouble with that a while ago.
Oh, it's as well as can be expected under the circumstances.
You don't need to hide that from me. Fruit smuggling isn't illegal.
Well, it has to do with my Patreon.
Of
Some
course.
discretion is to be expected.
I have been much blessed by the lack of your presence in my business.
This dude rules.
Of course. Oh.
Hopefully your associate is more reliable and less of a complete idiot.
Well, at least he's, at worst, he's a very, what do you call it, motivated idiot. Very focused.
They tend to be these angels.
Ellen, what was the place we were staying at?
I don't think we ever named it, actually.
Iron Star, did you name it?
The crab apple.
I don't have it in my list.
No, I don't think we did. So, I mean, it's owned by Godeliev, so it's maybe just Godeliev's?
Yeah.
Maybe to make it easy.
Gedeliev's Way House.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gedeliev's Wheelhouse.
They wheel and deal.
Yeah, they wheel and deal, and anything and everything's in his wheelhouse.
So Lila's gonna ask him, like, what do you know about Gudelians? Gudelians, whatever.
And he'll again do the smile question mark, mandibles make it weird, and say that Godeliev is of course a valued associate of mine. She's quite talented in her field. And you would certainly not find me speaking ill of her. Especially
would I
not
ever?
to you.
And she like Hilda perks up like her chin up a bit, and then she says like, "But I certainly I wouldn't speak ill of someone with that kind of resource. After all, I'm not a what you call it. I'm not without my discretion."
Oh? You have perhaps lost a name since we last met? Gained new powers then?
And to that, she kind of frowns. With a sigh. Just like answers with a sigh. Sometimes life's hard.
No. Perhaps simply the gift of self-delusion.
Well, you know, being bound to a patron many times more powerful than you has its upsides and downsides. But I'm mainly inquiring about. Guderian seems to have a artifact of very unusual powers.
Oh, I'm sure he has many.
You know if she has what you call it? If you have noticed anything, I know she's a business partner of you in particular. You seem to speak very highly of her, so perhaps you know when she acquired it. If she has spoken with anything like that.
And okay, so I think since you don't have leverage, you can't bend will here. So he's gonna say flat no.
Yeah. Okay.
He'll be like, of course, she travels widely and has much business. I do not keep track of it all. But might be possible for you to like read something off of him as he's writing to you.
What is that? Is that mind or he mind?
Prize secrets, I believe.
What's prize secrets? Where is prize
Mind.
secrets? Yes, prize secrets. Isn't this in? Yeah. No, that's by the market. That's not what I want.
It's on the utility moves.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There it is. Yeah, it's mind.
Yep.
It is a mind. That's a normal. And it is a mind. You about to say something?
No, I'm just noting that an interesting point is that it doesn't actually say for 7 to 9 that the GM will answer truthfully, only that you'll get a +1 forward when acting on the answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a 6.
Okay,
That's
so you
not
get to ask a
very
question, and the answer may or may not be truthful.
good. Yes, so what would the answer be? Well, yeah, the answer would be like, is it genuine?
Well,
Is it real?
we need to ask a question from the list.
Oh yeah, there's a real, yeah. Oh yes, that is.
What's really going on here?
Yeah, I think what here seems false or deceitful.
Well, the simple answer is he does.
He does, yeah, okay.
But the more general answer, what here seems false or deceitful? You're having this conversation on the shipping dock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you notice, just like glancing out of the corner of your eye, that most of what's being shipped doesn't seem to match. Like, you know, you managed to catch a glimpse in a shipping manifest that someone was carrying, and like comparing that to what they seem to actually be unloading, seems wrong, and you're pretty sure those boxes would be really like easy to hide things in, and like this whole thing stinks of. I mean, obviously he's a smuggler. You knew that already, but he should just be able to bring stuff in directly, basically. Like he's a smuggler because he's running his own little shipping dock. He shouldn't need to like take all of these precautions to hide and obfuscate. So, something strange. Something there seems false or deceiving. What do you think on that?
There was something else I was about to ask,
okay,
but I forgot it.
Yeah, if you catch it again, like write it down, I guess, so you remember when we come back to you. So Indigo and Blair,
Yeah.
finally managed to get away. You are sitting in the stagecoach, in the rickshaw. It's not a stagecoach. You wish.
I mean, if someone would just spend their cash, it could have been.
Absolutely not.
And you're being dragged up this like really, really like thin, winding alleyway with like a almost like 30-degree slope upwards. So you're both kind of like lying down almost at the back of the rickshaw, like feet out in front of you, like above you. And kind of looking up at the like buildings rising on either side, sky like barely visible between just crisscrossing lines of laundry and walkways that people have laid out like planks between the buildings. And it seems like, you know, you're finally on your way. You might get there maybe the day after tomorrow, according to your driver.
Finally,
Yeah.
place to have a nice rest.
Hopefully Iron Star doesn't, or hopefully they haven't gotten too impatient.
There's a loud crash, and you both find yourself on the ground, the rickshaw having been struck by something.
Oof.
And basically splintered. The big older man is looking back and looking very sad and upset. Iron Star, you just jumped from a building.
Oh, Iron Star, we were just on our way to meet you.
Well,
What
I'm
are you
gonna
doing
need
here
the
instead of-
pants.
Well, I look really pissed off.
He always does, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even more pissed off than usual.
You look happy.
Blair!
What did I do this
What
time?
have you done?
What did I do?
I'm gonna grab you.
I can explain. Keep
Yeah.
grabbing her, though. It's fine.
No, please let me go.
Blair will explain with her flesh.
No, I can explain with words first.
I'm gonna tell you, Iron Star, that sentence sounds really risky. Maybe
Yeah.
you should like reword yourself.
Sounds like he's almost going to hurt you or something, Blair. No, Iron Star, there's an evil sword.
That's probably the worst thing you could have said.
I'm getting to the point. Iron Star, there's an evil sword.
Yes, wielded by Blair.
No, her swords are completely innocent.
Yeah, my swords can't speak.
There's an evil sword.
I rest my case.
There was an evil sword, an evil mind controlling sword, and we were fighting it to earn some money, you know, because we had to pay for the rickshaw ride because someone wouldn't get us. I told you regret not getting us on the train, by the way. But aside
Hang
from
on.
that,
You have money.
yes,
Why did you...
you think this is enough?
You know
Did-
the word stingy?
I have an idea of what happened. And
Okay, you tell us what you
witnesses-
think happened, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
Witnesses say that there was an altercation.
No, there
and
was a
then
duel.
And then someone blew up the entire market.
No, there was lots in between that. That's no.
I am not
no.
interested in the things in
Right.
between.
There's an
Let
evil
me-
sword taking over people's
Let me
minds.
explain Iron Star. I'll explain it in slowly and in small words, because I'd get confused.
She's learning.
So I found out there was this person, right, challenging people to duels, right, because there's some big cool swordsman, and I was like, no, there's some loser. So I challenged them, and after I kill them, their sword kind of flies out and inhabits someone else. So the sword was evil, and then Master Inigo tried to kill me.
Yes, she was under the influence of the evil sword at this point.
He keeps saying that, but I think he was genuinely trying to kill me. And like my hands, so the sword was super rusty, and the rust from that got like stuck in my hand, so I couldn't defend myself. So I like just sort of done my thing. I spoke when how God, that guy.
I believe Iron Star is indeed familiar with the big
Yeah.
man.
I know.
Like I know one part something of his name. Pretty cool. I think I'm awesome for it. And so
You are a wielder
when
names, and you spoke it in public
is
on
that
a
a bad
market.
thing?
Yes.
To be fair, again, she thought that I was attacking her.
Yeah, I mean, like I
Irrelevant.
It
I had
was
to defend
self-defense,
myself. Yeah.
unwarranted and unneeded, but still self-defense. Anyway, the evil sword also takes control of people, like with the rust thing, and it made a man attack Blair.
Yeah, I had to kill him.
Well, did you?
Yeah, in front of
You
his
were trying to
family.
kill
They were all
me.
crying little fly tears. Very moving.
Look, they were trying to kill me. Self-defense.
It was self-defense. He lunged at her.
I mean,
So-
murder isn't. I guess if you tried to kill an innocent, then
No,
And
no,
then-
he was innocent, but it wasn't Blair that killed him. He was dead as soon as the sword took him over and stole
Yeah.
his soul. We need to find the evil sword. It's a little
And
thing, about yay big.
then, right, another fly guy attacked, but he wasn't possessed. So I got the sword out of his hand. He lived, so I didn't kill an innocent.
Very good, by the way, Blair.
is there like a role here to make me believe them that they didn't do this?
But no, we're not saying we
They
didn't do
did.
it.
We're
We're saying
telling
we're telling you that we did do it, but why?
There is
But I
We're
don't care
innocent.
why.
because
I'm-
they don't have leverage on you, right? Which means
Yeah.
they can't bend will. So it's completely up to you whether you.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I
whether
don't
you
give a
convince-
shit why.
Yeah.
I only give a shit if it actually happened.
Yeah.
And they're telling me now that yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So according to the old law, I have to fucking murder you guys.
No, you don't. We didn't kill any innocents or disturb any peace. Well, Blair did. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, well,
Look,
okay.
Well, look, see if
I
you're
just
gonna
want to find
kill
the
me,
evil
right?
sword and destroy it.
If you're gonna kill me, which you're probably gonna do anyway, because honestly, like, I don't know. I think
Also,
I'd stand up against him. What do you think? I think I'd
Also-
get like a good
yeah.
swing in.
Also, Iron Star. Congratulations, you're part of Blair's tutoring.
I don't.
What?
Oh, never mind.
Alex,
Also,
I don't want to explain it twice, so we'll wait till he'll hear as well. But you're in. So, about this evil sword that takes over people and makes them kill loads of people and drain their blood and life force?
That does sound bad. It does
Sounds
sound like
pretty-
something that would disturb
Does
the
it disturb the peace?
Yeah.
so technically,
what
I
I'm
was just trying to
saying.
preserve the peace. if
Yeah, by
anything.
destroying the evil sword.
Yeah,
Was the market evil as well?
yeah, it was super seedy.
I mean, it was a den
Where
of
did
evil.
you Where did you think they were getting all that fresh fruit from?
Evil
and,
made its
like-
den there.
Oh my god, yeah, that's totally evil. Getting
Evil-
fresh fruit.
Evil made its den there. It was a den of evil.
Yeah, it was a den of evil.
The evil sword lived
There's
there.
a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
And
I
to
will
be
give
fair-
you one chance. If you take out this phantom possessed sword,
I mean, we don't
then
know
I
where
will
it is.
pardon you.
Well, that's why we're coming to get you and Hilda.
Actually, where is Hilda?
You
Still at the
left
market,
her
I
at the
suppose.
airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you go anyway?
So Hilda, did you come up with the other question you were gonna ask?
No, yeah, yeah, actually, it was basically like a question about the if he knows anything about like the vigilante guild in the area, right?
And he'll say, those nuisances. Yes, I've heard of them. I have some dealings with them. They are quite the bother. Why do you ask?
Because they've been quite a nuisance to my accomplice of many other,
I see. Well,
and he's
in
going
that case,
he's going to hunt them down in some way, and I wanted to know basically what is he getting himself into, and what do I need to say to convince him to destroy them.
well, in that case, if they are a bother, then perhaps I shall have to up my evaluation of them.
Of course.
So, like, lawmen get, like, Yelp reviews?
No, unfortunately.
I
maybe.
mean, you can review them while yelping while they beat you up.
Yeah.
And also, like, Hilda's gonna pause and then say, "Do you know how to get in contact with them?"
He thinks for a moment and then he says, Some ruckuses in the street usually seems to do the trick.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I am surprised they are not already present given the recent disturbances. Perhaps they are the masterminds.
To which Hilda's gonna mutter under her breath, like, not like.
I agree. It is much too complex for them.
Come to think of it, do I see like any in the clothing of the vigilante guild around?
No. They stand
No.
out pretty well with those blue robes, and
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be anyone around down there.
I wonder what they're up to. I wonder where Iron Star went. Come to think of it.
Yeah. Cut back to Indigo, Blair, and Iron Star. What's the situation over there?
So basically, what I'm telling her is that, yeah, you have one chance to redeem yourself, and that's actually taking out the possessed thing, because that will bring more good than.
I mean, I planned on, like, wielding it and being awesome.
No, you didn't, Blair, because no one can wield that sword. It wields you.
That's
And what do you think an evil sword like that would do with your potential?
Oh, I would completely destroy it. Like, I mean, I'd destroy its willpower.
Unlikely.
Like,
I'll leave more likely is that thing takes you over and then uses all your cool powers.
I know that. It doesn't seem very smart.
Well,
Oh, well, I mean, that hasn't stopped you so far, has it?
Hey, I'm smart. I can
Anyway,
tell.
Einstar,
if you have to say that, then
we should go collect Hilda at once so I can explain the situation and we can.
fine. Will you come willingly?
Oh, absolutely.
Back to the square?
I see no reason why we wouldn't.
You don't?
No,
Fair enough.
Debbie?
I probably like if I go back there, they're probably gonna try and like kill me or something.
Not if you're in the lawman's care. They'll go, oh yeah, she's getting her just desserts.
What happens if I don't trust the lawman?
How could you not trust Ironstar? Look at him, he can't lie to save his life.
Yeah, but have you seen him?
Yeah, look at him.
You fucks.
He looks totally trust. Look at him. I don't understand. What, I'm a fuck? I'm saying how trustworthy and
you're
good
the
you
most
look.
fuck of all. You're like alpha fuck.
Me? What did I do?
I mean, yes, listen to yourself.
I'm saying Einstar's trustworthy looking.
Yeah, but you're doing it in a fucky way.
I
Look,
don't understand that at all.
My mentor always said, "Don't trust someone with 3 eyes."
I have like a million eyes.
Yeah.
You
And
can't
Hilda's
see.
got a million as well, probably.
Where do you keep all your eyes?
In the suit.
Yeah, in the suit.
They're in the suit. What was
Your old mentor's a fool. Luckily, you've got a new one. Me, Einstar, and Hilda, but I'll explain that. Let's go!
My old mentor wasn't a fool. He made this thing, and she points to the halo. He was pretty dope. He'd probably make you look like, yeah, he'd probably make you look like nothing.
I mean, if he trained you, then
Oh no, he didn't train me. He just made me.
I mean that's
He just
great.
made a young small girl climb her way up a dangerous and treacherous mountain, almost get killed nearly 100 times. He was
Sounds like a
pretty good
great
at what he did.
You also have to carry like a cup of water and not spill anything.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Okay.
Yeah.
That to me sounds like mostly he just wanted you away, which I understand the sentiment of. Don't you, Einstar? Now, anyway, to Hilda.
I know he was nice.
I want to follow. I like ask people where did the giant lawman go? Point me in the direction, please.
He Hulk jumped.
Yeah. So, I suppose the three of you meet Hilda like coming out of the square where you.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, Hilda, we need to go somewhere private. Let's go somewhere private. Lawman, a room.
You
So
you assume to command me?
I'm just suggesting that we need a base of operations.
You
a
asked for a room when you destroyed the entire.
I
Hilda-
didn't destroy anything.
Hilda is going to like immediately walk up to Blair and say like, "So why did you blow up this place?" Blair,
Well,
explosion. Why?
I just spoke a word of God. Kind of happy.
Yes.
That's how, not why.
I mean, Inigo was trying to kill me.
No, I wasn't. She just thought I was because of the evil sword. By the way, Hilda, there's an evil sword?
It's probably worth a lot of money.
Yeah, see? Blair's learning. It's probably worth a lot of money. So, you know.
And your weird master would probably like it.
She's quiet then. So,
So, Lawman, let's
I
commandeer.
happen to know that there's a room at the Gadarians that may or may not held such an item.
Excellent.
You know, I just talked to the lying scumbag over there, and he's in cahoots with the lizard of the Guderian, and I'm pretty sure they are in the cahoots, and that would explain the objects in the chamber. in the back. Just saying.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, your store already knows that no crime is being committed at Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
they're crime free. The crime must have happened somewhere else.
Who are they gonna believe? Like Iron Star, the lawman, whatever, or me? I have contacts.
A deadly.
And I happen to know that a lot of shady artifacts in there. Can't prove that the sword isn't there, right?
It is quite difficult to prove that you've never had an evil sword somewhere.
Exactly, and what I'm saying is it's quite logical that well, as they're in cahoots with each other, they would store the sword up there.
What?
The sword is on the loose.
They're smuggling all kinds of stuff, and it's highly unlikely that this sword is the only sword of its kind. And I'm also saying that the object in the back of Guderian's shop is pretty spooky, if I may say so myself.
You are a master of what's spooky and what's.
Do my
While you're
thing.
talking, like a crowd starts to gather around you in the square.
I'm actually talking in hushed tones. Yeah.
That's fine.
Iron Star, is there an office we could go rest in and talk about
No,
this
because
privately?
you fucking destroyed entire. There's no offices
Please
left.
stop saying I destroyed anything. I didn't destroy anything.
You as in plural. You were an accomplice.
I did not help her do it at all. I helped her with the fight.
Say, Iron
I'm
Star,
sure there's an office somewhere here in the town.
where do you take people that you arrest?
I don't. To the void.
But other people.
Where
would
did
do.
you put people that you arrest? And then I kind of gestures a little bit around at the crowd.
Getting closer.
Iron Star, you
Oh,
should.
look, it's my
take us
adoring fans.
Yeah, you should
Hi,
take us
people.
away in your custody to the law offices before we have to resist arrest.
There is no custody. I banished them to the void.
Yeah, but there's other police people who do not do that. Generally, there's mortal officers.
Some of them look very upset.
Hilda's gonna
Hello,
kind of
people.
slip away. Like on the other side of the crowd and not in the middle of the crowd.
Okay.
This is my adoring fans.
Iron Star,
So
please.
That sounds like trying to.
Traverse enemies.
No, it sounds like overcoming. Probably using quickness of action, speed, reflexes. Because there's no like subtlety one. I think it's an overcome using reflex.
And overcome using reflex.
Iron Star, please arrest us and take us to prison.
I can't lie, man.
Yeah, but you're not literally the only policeman.
What? Oh, yeah, nice.
All right, so you're successful.
My plan is like to slink away outside of the crowd so that I'm not actually like a part of these three bozos. Whenever this crowd decides that like justice isn't done swiftly enough for their taste.
So yeah, you slip through the crowd, and as you do so, you notice that spotted throughout the crowd, among the mostly like fly person, composition. Well, they don't have the coats, but you see, like, definitely there's several like pretty ragged looking people, and they have like, various weapons and like bits of metal and like ladles and pots and shit. Like,
it's a lynch mob. It's a lynch mob.
some rope. That kind of thing. Those are just things that they're carrying. And you see that as you slip out of the crowd that's now moving away from you.
Blair's gonna turn to the crowds and say, "Hi, people! You're my adoring fans, right? You saw how cool my swords were. It was very awesome,
Iron
wasn't it?"
Star, to the law offices.
Yeah, I'll look at the crowd and I'll be like, "Stand down! This is my business."
No.
All right.
Oh, they're my adoring fan. Oh god.
So?
I'm gonna I'm gonna use my armor.
To wield the old law. I suppose?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's gonna force them to either stop or attack us.
Yeah, I think
If they
know what
attack
they're
us
gonna
because of
do.
you, that means me and Blair, we're let off.
Well, you know,
It's not our fault. It's your fault for not taking us to the prison,
I'm
the
not
local jail.
There is no prison or local jail.
There's gotta be. I refuse to believe that there is no prison anywhere. There's regular law people.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a prison. But I mean, I
Sort
don't-
of void.
Like the overnights, like
the
put
heck?
people in
2
there.
1s and a 3.
Yeah.
That's once.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so what does that mean for wield the old law?
It's the same as like a.
Yeah, it's nothing. That's no particular thing.
Like there's
So-
gotta be some
so
like
as-
overnight
as-
jail for
as-
drunkards and shit.
So as you speak, shouts go up in the crowd.
Is it the Will the Old Law? So
Yes.
if you miss, they do what they like, and you roll broken against them.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So as you like.
Oh yeah,
order
that's
them,
it.
As you order them, shouts go up in the crowd. The lawman protects them. The lawman protects the murderers. And
No,
the
I'm not
crowd
with them.
rushes in towards the three of you. Iron Star, someone brings you over the back of the head with like a metal bat. Take 2 damage.
What? Can you just give me damage?
You fail the roll.
That's not. The failure condition is my next roll is broken. Not I
Yeah,
take
no,
damage.
and they do what they like, which is
Yes,
attack
exactly.
you. GM just used a hard move against you.
Yes.
All right. Well, there's actually 0 damage, so
Because you spend armor.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I will obliterate him in return.
All right. What do you do?
I will punch him to the next dimension with
All
my
right.
49 empty palms.
Could I stop that? Is that like a possibility? Like if I
I
jump
don't
in
think
front of-
so. I think Iron Star. Like, I mean, yeah. If you wanna, you could aid like the person he's attacking. Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I'm gonna
this,
aid the person who's attacking.
my next roll is broken. So how does a
Yeah.
broken roll work?
Broken
roll the-
means roll 3 dice.
Yeah, but you put your modifier in still.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Skill still matters, but it's hard.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But it's only 1 roll, so this is the 1 roll. Oh, another 5.
Yes.
I
Oh,
think
look
that.
at that 5. You're doing good here. Okay, so Blair. I mean, yes, Iron Star. You try to like attack, but you're just like mobbed. Crowd just like rushes in on you, pushes you to the ground, and they're like beating you with implements.
Right,
Um,
It's me,
Blair-
not the guy who did this to them.
I mean, look, the others are rushed also, but like we're looking at what's happening on your end at this point, right? So yeah, take another 2 damage. Actually 3, because it's a crowd. It's a group.
All right, 0 damage.
All right. And also you're restrained, I believe. Like you're what's the thing? Let me double check. Okay, yeah, it's in snare. It's okay, yeah. So you're crippled until you free yourself from like them them just holding you down.
What a predicament.
So Indigo and Blair, you're being mobbed by a crowd of very angry people wielding implements, and you can hear like people start beating metal like sticks together and like banging on pots and screaming and shouting and chanting.
You know, this reminds me of the festival back home.
Yeah.
Did you tell everyone to quiet down then? Because that's probably what you should
no,
do
we
now.
pretty much just found a random person and we just kind of paraded him about the street.
And
Bang.
shouts start going up in the crowd. Justice, 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 justice.
But you
Death,
should-
death to the criminals. Justice, justice.
Right. Blair is going to jumping on one of their heads, and sort of vault herself back onto like a higher position, like on top of like a bunch of rubble.
Yep, that sounds like agility. Or yeah, agility. The roll plus reflex.
7.
Okay, so yeah, like spending your hold on doing that is the thing. So yeah, so yeah, you manage to jump out of the crowd, gaining a higher position. Indigo.
I want to help the lawman.
So what do you do to help the law?
I'm gonna.
You're going to. You're going to.
Like, like Blair can yell at him. Oh no, she can only cure reeling. Never mind. Like, am I gonna aid him or am I gonna look at the crowd and be like, what's the best way to do this nonsense?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's crush. You're being crushed down. It's you're crippled until you can't move away from it. But yeah. Say again, sorry, Ethan. I was looking up.
I'm trying to think whether I'm gonna leap in and help him directly or like peep the crowd and go, yes, this is the best way to deal with this.
Well, I mean, you're definitely being menaced with various implements that are about to bop you on the head.
I guess we should call him the 79 Iron Star from now.
Nah, I'm far from being dead. I still have 3 armor.
Yeah, I'm pretty solid.
And 5 stamina.
Didn't you use? Are you 5 armoring?
No, but when that armor is gone, I have regular armor also just for being an angel underneath. So.
Like, I'm not good at yelling at people to get them to quit it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna help Iron Star.
Okay.
But isn't that if you have no armor in the first place? You get
Yeah, but if it's destroyed, I don't have any armor left.
Is that how it works?
I'm pretty sure we discussed that as how it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I think that's how it works. Otherwise, the armor gaining abilities are kind of not very good. Like, it doesn't feel that good, especially the angel one. So yeah, what do you do?
Especially since the other one is like, oh, any armor you wear counts as 3. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull some people off of the Iron Star.
All right. So aid. All plus breath. Okay, hold 1. So Iron Star.
Yep.
Crushed the ground, and yeah, people are still like banging away at you with various implements.
Yep, it hurts.
Yes. And you're crippled. Yeah, which means you can't like, and crippled in this case is like they're holding you down, so you can't actually move arms or legs until you're no longer held down by the crowd, which you can't do because you're being held down, unless you have a way of dealing with that doesn't require the use of your arms or your legs.
I mean, does it count as a physical obstacle or obstruction that bars my way?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that definitionally, I think that's exactly what it is.
So then I can just roll brush and smash through it or bypass it.
Tell me about that.
That's the unlimited chariot, right?
No. I mean, what are you doing? Like, what in game?
I'll do the thing that I did earlier and just explode and rip someone's jaw off again.
Okay. Roll it.
All right, time to murder some dudes, I guess. Be like, enough! Fucking Matrix move again.
Yeah.
13, yeah, that's more like it.
That. So yeah, you just explode out of the crowd, people flying everywhere. There's probably like cold blue fire going just haywire.
On a 10 plus, you smash through it, bypass it, or gain you and your group easy passage through it.
Yeah.
So I guess I just smash through the entire crowd and create some kind of like a rift. I'm like a Moses, but instead of parting water, I part people.
Yeah, so the crowd is like scattered. It's not like this packed mob anymore, but rather like people like loosely scattered throughout most of the square. Blair, having gained a superior vantage point to all of this, you see Iron Star smash his way like out from being held down. What do you do?
Right. Blair's gonna shout out to the crowd, "Hey, all of you calm down, stop attacking the weird angel man. I know you're all upset that I, like, destroyed your homes,
Are you a heel, actually?
and I, like, ruined everything you ever loved, but
Wow.
would you rather have had every single one of your loved ones mercilessly slaughtered by some weird evil blade thing?"
Someone shouts back, "That wouldn't have happened if you didn't taunt it!"
Well, here's the thing. I don't know it was an evil blade thing. Who are you? And look,
Someone throws like a metal can at your head.
dodge it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I say, look, think of it this way. Don't attack the, like, weird skull man, the weird angel man, or the lady with one eye.
What?
They're not
I'm not part
involved
of
in
this.
this situation in any way whatsoever.
Parts of the crowd turn to you, Hilda.
Fuck! You don't let me say anything! I want sound
If
scot-free!
you want to attack someone, you should attack me. I'm the one who blew up your homes and, caused widespread destruction.
Well, she is indeed technically correct. It was the evil sword that made her do it.
So
No, I
I'm
done it.
just gonna say here, you don't have any leverage to bend will with. So
I have leverage.
what's the leverage?
Is the
Me?
threat of her blowing up the stuff again not leverage enough?
I mean, she
That
didn't
sounds-
threaten that.
No.
Like, I have the leverage of it's me, and I fucked everything up.
That
Or
was the evil
so
sword!
are you offering yourself to the crowd? Is that what's happening here? Like, I'll
In a
give myself
fashion.
up?
In a fashion.
Oh, no,
Right.
she's not.
Cloven!
Roll plus.
No, wait,
heat?
this is character development. I like it.
Roll hit plus heat.
She's just gonna use this as an excuse to kill them all.
She just sold me out.
You're right.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not innocent anymore, so that's fine.
We're allowed to
That's the name.
Yeah, they
fist
attack.
fly?
Yeah,
Okay, so
they attack us. They're not innocent anymore.
they need some concrete assurance or proof of your leverage before they do anything.
So murder them all, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, I think you need to like actually offer yourself up to them. Of course.
Blair, like, throws her arms wide and says, "Come at me, you bunch of losers."
Okay. So they mob you and drag you to the ground.
Well, I'm standing on top of something.
Well,
Yeah,
in that case, you're not giving them like the
Alright,
thing you need.
I get down.
Yeah. Like you'll need to actually let them like grab you, because otherwise they don't have concrete assurance of the thing you're promising.
Well, I throw my arms wide and I say, "Come on, try and get me, a bunch of losers."
Okay, so they turn away from all of the others and just jump you. You're dragged to the ground. And I mean,
Are they planning on killing me or just beating me up?
They're gonna kill the
like,
shit out of
they're
you!
gonna lynch you to death. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
straight up.
Oh, I made a mistake. I thought they were doing
This is like in character also. No, please, no, I made a mistake.
This was a miscommunication and an error on Blair's
No,
part.
I think this is a
But fuck it.
this is in character as fuck, and I love it. Oh my god.
Oh no, I made a mistake. They're
You
gonna
know
kill me.
what? You know what? Blair getting dragged to the ground, going, "Oh no, I made a mistake." That's the end of the session for today.
Oh no, we have to continue.
Yeah.
No,
No, we
No.
have to
We
continue.
didn't even get a chance to rest and train and level
No,
up because
no,
Iron Star refused to arrest
no.
us for some
We
reason.
played for about 4 hours, and my throat is dying. So like,
This is
Damn,
bullshit.
I wanted to see what kind of fuckery.
look, we'll get up to more fuckery next week. We always do.
This is bullshit. We didn't even get to train and level
So-
up.
I'll
let's-
prepare my new character for next week.
No,
I mean-
we're just gonna murder all of them.
The
To be
code
fair, we
Blair.
can level up twice next time, so it's
Yeah,
no loss.
exactly. Like that's not.
No, but we still have to train twice.
They're called Galea.
No, we only have
Wow,
to train
did
once,
you-
and we will level up every level.
I like the way I
Nope,
was
nope.
completely out scot-free,
Yeah.
and suddenly Blair just goes, "I don't attack my friend over there, back of you, back of the line."
See, I think the operative word there is scot-free.
You're
No,
never
but
scot-free.
training says you reduce your XP by level +3
Mm-hmm.
and increase your level by 1. So you have to train more than once to
Yeah.
level up more than once.
Yeah.
Huh.
But in any case, let's make the end of session move. So, when you reach the end of a session, all players discard any remaining power dice, and the GM discards any break dice. Mark experience. Then, as a group, answer these questions. Did we fail in some regard?
Yeah, we
Yes.
didn't stop
No.
Evil Sword.
We failed it.
Yes, we failed in some regard. We failed a lot.
Did we expose ourselves to danger, cost, or retribution through our actions?
Literally
Yes.
the end of the session, yes.
Yes. Did we progress our story in a meaningful way?
Yes.
Yeah, we found out about the Evil Sword.
And we
Well-
also had the question, did we advance Blair's destiny today?
Yes.
But she did fight a sword, so I
I
guess
fought
that's
a really
something, right?
bad
Yeah,
sword.
yeah.
So everyone
And
can...
she listened to my bullshit too.
Yeah, so everyone can mark 4 experience.
Woo.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I've got 8 experience.
I just say I done nothing wrong.
I
Yeah.
mean, like, I'm pretty sure it's impossible to die in this situation because you can just fucking yell at them again.
No, because I haven't rested.
Did we not count as doing a rest?
I
No.
don't think.
No, but if that was the case, then we could have leveled up, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, there's nothing
well,
saying
No,
you can't rest
like,
two
is
times,
it,
right?
is it a normal rest or is it just is it a respite or a rest?
yeah, no, it says rest for
Okay.
his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So it's a
that-
rest.
I mean, you've
rest.
got your thing that gives you destructive, forceful, and area tags. So you just-
I need to be training in sunlight for that. Like, I need to charge it
Maybe-
regularly in sunlight.
Maybe next time I'll use my spin wheel and laugh at God.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
perfect.
that's pretty perfect, right? Like that's the cliffhanger, and the next time you literally retcon it out of existence. Like that's on brand. I like that.
Yeah, please turn back time. I mean, you have the power. You can just-
Where's the fun in that?
I mean, your
Hang
thing
on.
would have been charged up the last time you were in sunlight, though.
But last time
Haven't-
we've
haven't
been in Ashtown.
Yeah, you've all been on the shade side of throne for the entire time.
How long
Why
can
did you pick such a
return time?
shitty thing then?
Because it was an example and I couldn't think of anything.
I mean, you could have the one where you literally just say any word and it's charged.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
You instead pick. Well, I don't know. What's the fun in having an ability you can never use
In any case,
that you
yeah,
might as well just not have? I don't know.
I didn't know.
say goodbye
I
to
didn't
YouTube,
know I
everyone.
came here to get criticized.
Where do you normally go?
To my to my family.
I'm just saying that you can use that thing twice between each rest, and what you've done is wasted
I
a
don't think
level
there's any
up.
stopping this. Goodbye, YouTube.